Today is actually an off day. So let's see here. No games here. All games done. No day. No games as well on the 27th. And the first day that we have some games out, we won't see anything. That's a quick sim day. We have the San Antonio Slots beating down the Aviators 8-1. Good game by Sandberg and Turtle with 3 hits each in a complete game. 1 run given up by Ryan Rose. He's got the player of the game. So great win by the San Antonio Slots.
Moving on to the Raptors Voyagers. Raptors going to take this one in extra innings 5-3, 2 runs in the top of the 16th. Raptors going to be winning this one out. Let's see, a couple of RBIs for Connor McDavitt on a 2-run homer in the 8th inning. 4 for 7 day for Stevenson on the side of the Voyagers as well. Moving on to pitching, Keller going to be getting the loss for New York with O'Sullivan blowing the save. Walter White gets the win on the side of Boise, and Joey Slothface with a 7.2 innings pitched and only 1 run given up is going to be your player of the game.
Moving on to the Detroit Demons, visiting the Cancun Toros but losing to the host. Toros beating down 1-0. Not a lot of hits on the boards, but Jax and Carter getting 2 hits each. A great game by Spin Rate, shutting out 8 innings the Detroit Lions lineup, while Young played 6 scoreless, but Chadwick gave up the win to Spin Rate. So Spin Rate gets player of the game.
Moving on to the Death Valley Scorpions versus the Florida Space Rangers. Death Valley going to be taking this one 4-1. Only 3 RBIs on the side of Death Valley, though, scattered between Love, LeFavor, and Walrus. And Kane getting the 1 for Florida. Kai gets the loss for the Space Rangers, while Styles takes the win for Death Valley. And McConnell gets the save and relief, going 1.2 innings. Styles is going to be your player of the game after 7.1 shutout innings.
So we have here the Vandals. Vandals getting the victory over the Rougarous 10-2, a 16-hit game for the Vandals.
Let's go.
A great game by the whole lineup of the Vandals. King, McMuffin, and Lodge getting 3 hits each, while McMuffin getting a 3 RBI night as well. As Brent Lomeo getting the victory with a 7 innings played and 2 earns, 2 runs given up. Walkenfuss getting the loss there with 8 played on and given up for player of the game Zach Lodge.
Stars and Crabs. The winner of this one's going to be the Crabs, 8-2 with a 6-run 8th inning. 2-run homer by Lunchbox McGrath in the 4th. A couple of RBIs from Richard Small and John Down on the side of the Providence Crabs. And Taylor Johnson having a good outing, 7 innings, only giving up 2 runs, one of them earned. But Potato is going to be getting the loss, not being able to get an out, but giving up 5 runs. Urquidez Garcia gets the win on the side of Providence. Taylor Johnson, the starting pitcher for Nashville, the player of the game for this one.
So let's see what the minor have for us, and that's a victory for the San Bernardino 66ers, a 62 over the Dynamos. A great game by Matthew Lane with 3 hits and 3 RBIs. A good outing by both starting pitchers, as Institute getting the victory for San Bernardino, and Beaumont giving up 1 run and 5.1 innings, as Matthew Lane is player of the game.
Armadillos Kingpins, the former Dillo and the current Dillo on the cast will be happy to see that the Dillos are going to be taking this one 6-5. Despite a 4-run 7th for Chicago Kingpins. 2 RBIs for Vidal Valor on the side of Chicago, and a 3-for-5 game for Stack and Paper. 3-for-5 game for Junie Panda on the side of the Dillos. Hot Dog Sandwich gets the win, going 6 innings. Ricky Hammer getting the save, and Scoochie Dart taking the loss on the side of Chicago. Hot Dog Sandwich is going to be your player of the game.
Now moving on to the Swifties game, that's a victory for the Wheelers, a 2-1 victory for the Wheelers. A pitching duo with not much going on the batting side except for Swift Times getting 2 hits each. So the Anchorage here, Wheeler getting the victory for Font and the save by Crab as Takano takes the loss for the State College, as Elefant getting player of the game.
Hepcats versus the Mounties is going to end in a 5-0 win for the Hepcat shutout win for Kansas City. They're going to be getting 2 RBIs off the back of Sandy Taters and a few more off of Alderson, Marksman, and Howard. 2-for-4 game for Dylan Hodge. Kingston Bats are quiet for the most part. 1 hit is the maximum for them. Jeffrey Murphy Jr. going to be tagged with a loss for Kingston, while Tim Galvin gets the win going 6.1 shutout innings. He's going to be your player of the game.
Yeah, so that's it for the day. Next, we'll have the San Antonio's loss versus the OBX. Where is it? It's here. So a quick look at the lineups. The Sloth seems to be having a great share of the advantage there, besides the lead-off spot, but do not be mistaken by the overall there. San Antonio is a heavy splitter on his stats, so don't expect the San Antonio to be worse than Holden for this game.
Do you want home or away for this one?
Just let me fix the...
Oh, okay. Quick strikeout by Ray's Funk. As we're taking a quick moment here to adjust the view for y'all.
Okay. You can take it.
Alright, so started off with a quick strikeout from Race Funk and a ground out by Nick Wilson to shortstop is going to be the second out of this inning. Funk deals, and that's going to be the third out of the inning on a strikeout. So 1-2-3 inning for OBX pitcher Race Funk. We go to the bottom of the first now.
And that's time for Callaway Flowers to take the mound. As Holden Afford strikes out, looking, no, he can't hold up there actually. So struck out swinging by Callaway Flowers. And that's time for Izzy D'Alessio to take the plate, and he strikes out looking. 2 strikeouts to start the game for Callaway Flowers. Great start for OBX, for Callaway Flowers actually, for San Antonio's loss. And then Haley hits a deep fly out to the right fielder, and that's 3 quick outs for Flowers. Oh, let's take the top of the second now.
Scott Poe, Ash Dragon, and John Camden do up here with Scott Poe stepping into the batter's box against Race Funk. And that is a fly ball into left field. Pretty routine there, taken care of by Affart. And strike 3 to Ash Dragon, dealt by Race Funk, is going to be out number 2. Rays is in the zone right now with John Camden due up. Pretty high average against OBX, but that's going to go down as Race Funk gets his 4th strikeout to end the inning. That's, I believe, 4 Ks now for Race Funk after 2 innings.
And nobody reached base so far. And just to say that, Tom Shu gets a free base with a hit by pitch there. And Cannon hits a fly out to the second baseman. As Herrera hits one deep to center field, but is caught. That's his second out, so no hit so far yet for Flowers. As Neto Esposito strikes out swinging. That's no hit so far by Flowers, but 1 man on base.
Sandberg, Turtle, and Khan due up for the top of the third here for the Sloths. Raise Funk back to the mound, and a long fly ball to center field. This one has a chance. It's gone. Robert Sandberg is going to put San Antonio on the board first here. The home run going 437 feet. Solo shot by Robert Sandberg to put the Sloths up 1-0, and that's going to be the first hit of the game for them. Raise Funk was cruising through too, but that first batter, we'll see if it shakes him up. But long fly ball to center field. This one not going to go as far. Tomato Turtle flying out to the center fielder Swift. And Roberto Khan also going to be flying out to about the same spot there. 2 outs now, and a strike 3 call on San Antonio. Raise Funk gives up 1 off the home run, but knocks the rest of them down.
So let's see what OBX brings to the table now. As Swift, hits a line out to the second baseman. So that's a quick first out. Oh, Ryan Loop hits one to the line. And he going to get a stand-up double. So that's a first hit for the OBX. Oh, what a diving catch by the center fielder of the Sloth. Great catch by Camden. And that will be the third out. An easy fly to the third baseman. We have a double for the OBX, but nothing on the scoreboard.
Top of the fourth now for the San Antonio Sloths. Wilson, McDonald, and Poe due up against Raise Funk. Fly ball into left field, and that one is gone. It looked like it just pegged the top of the wall there, but that is going to count as a home run for Nick Wilson. Sloths now up 2-0. Both runs coming off of solo shots off of Raise Funk. First Sandberg, now Wilson. Bobby McDonald, the shortstop now, is going to be due up. And he's going to line it to right field. He's going to knock off of the wall, and he's going to be safe at second with a stand-up double. 2-bagger for McDonald, as Scott Poe is going to fly out to the left field. Oh, he bobbles it! Holden Afford has dropped the ball, and that is going to be an error. Now, Ash Dragon is going to take Raise Funk deep in the top of the fourth. Long ball number 20 for Ash Dragon, 368 feet. And with that 3-run homer, San Antonio is now up over Outer Banks 5-0. 3 home runs in 4 innings for the Sloths. John Camden is going to go down on strikes against Raise Funk. That's going to be out number 1 of the inning. And Roberto Sandberg, previously homered back in the third, is going to take a free pass to first off of Funk. Tomato Turtle looking for a hit here. Not going to get it as the second baseman ranges all the way back for that fly out. And Roberto Khan is going to ground out to the first baseman. That's going to be unassisted out by Ryan Lupe. So a 3-run shot by Ash Dragon extends the lead to 5-0 for the Sloths.
Yeah, OBX now down the hole, and that's another out for OBX to work with. As Stone Show hits a easy ground ball to the first baseman, and Burger Cannon makes it 1-2-3. Great game by Flowers. Scoreless so far, 1 hit only over 4 innings played. So score remains 5-0 for San Antonio.
Top of the fifth now, Raise Funk taking the mound again, and a fly out to left field for San Antonio is going to be out number 1. Nick Wilson going to fly out to the opposite side. That's going to be to right field. Bobby McDonald with 2 away and no one on is going to hit a little dinkle out in front of the catcher, and they're going to throw on to first for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Raise Funk.
So that's Victor Herrera turn, and he will hit a easy fly to center field. Let's see what Esposito brings. Another strikeout. That's 4 for Flowers now. 1 hit and 4 strikeouts so far for Callaway Flowers. Great game so far. It's Tyler Swift's turn to strike out as well. That's 2 strikeouts this inning. So that's 5 innings played, 5 strikeouts. Great game by Callaway Flowers now.
Only 1 hit given up too as we go to the top of the 6th. Raise Funk having a little less of a great day, but strikeout to lead off against Scott Poe is notching your cap there. Ash Dragon going to be grounding out to the second baseman Shu. Third up is John Camden, and he's going to be flying into deep center field, just shy of the warning track, though. Sloths go down 1, 2, 3. Race Funk cruising through that inning as well. Few home runs given up, but Race Funk has some good stuff in him today.
Yes, Ryan Loop strikes out as well. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Flowers. And OBX a dead cold in the batting side as Holden of Forest takes a walk. Finally, another man on base for the Aviators. Oh, and tries to steal, and he gets out! Oh my god! No base runners, and when you have them, they get another at base. So,
oh man,
the walk there results in nothing as OBX is still scoreless.
Robert Sandberg, having homered earlier this game, is going to ground out quickly, and Tomato Turtle 0 for 2 is going to strike out, making it 0 for 3. Roberto Kahn with 2 away and nobody on here. Grounder to short, over to first, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning. Steve Zissou came into the game there, and it's time for the stretch as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Sloth still lead 5-0.
And Flowers stays on the mound. Can take the hot man out there. As it's don't shoot time. Let's see. Oh, another strikeout. That's 8 so far. As Burger Cannon takes the plate there and he hits one to the center fielder. That's another 1-2-3. 7 innings played, 1 hit, 1 walk, and not in 8 strikeouts for Flowers so far. Only 90 pitchers.
Flowers is cruising right now, and Steve Zissou back on the mound for OBX in the top of the 8th here. Fly out to right field for San Antonio, and Nick Wilson is going to take strike 3, looks like, for out number 2. Bobby McDonald is going to go down on strikes as well. Third strikeout for Steve Zissou over 2 innings now. 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the bottom of the 8th now. 5-0 Sloth still.
As Flowers maybe gunning for the complete game there. That's 90 pitches and another strikeout. That's 9 on the 9th hole here. As Nero Esposito strikes out swinging. That's 10 for Flowers. Wow. Oh, maybe he have the pitch count for going all the way there. That's Tyler Swift's turn, and he grounds out to second baseman, and that's another 1-2-3 inning for Flowers. Only 3 outs for the complete game for Mr. Flowers, and a complete game shutout nonetheless.
He's at 100 pitches, though. Can he do it? We'll see in the bottom of the 9th, but right now it's the top of the 9th with Steve Zissou back on the mound. That ball's going to get right past the shortstop. Scott Poe on base with a leadoff single here. Ash Dragon going to be dropping that right in between the right fielder and the center fielder off the wall on a roll. And he's going to try for 3, and he's going to be thrown out at third. Sloth score 1 off of Ash Dragon's double, but he gets thrown out at third, leaving the bases empty with only 1 out. But hey, 6-0, I'd be taking that at this point in the game. Ground out to second for John Camden, and Robert Sandberg, having homered early in the game, also going to ground out this time to the shortstop. So San Antonio does get 1 run off of the double. They're going to be leading 6-0 going into the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for OBX.
As Calgary Flowers takes another out, a fly out to the shortstop. As Holden Afford reaches a ground to the second, and that's the last out for Calgary Flowers complete game. And Easy D'Alessio flies out to the right fielder, a complete game shot, striking out 10 for Flowers.
What a game for Callaway Flowers. 6-0 the final here. Outer Banks just quiet bats all around. Ryan Lupe, the only one with a hit
for Lupe.
Yeah. 4 RBIs, though, for Ash Dragon on the side of San Antonio Sloths, and a masterful pitching performance by Callaway Flowers. Complete game shutout, giving up only a hit and a walk. Of course, he's going to be your player of the game. 10 strikeouts for the man. Ray's Funk is going to get tagged with the loss for this one for Outer Banks.
So the Demons win over the Toros, a 4-2 victory. A great game by Mountain Quick with 3 hits. On the pitching side, Zillman getting the victory with 8 innings played and 2 runs given up, as Dawson takes a loss, giving up 3 and 5.2 innings played, as Vivi Zilman gets player of the game.
Moving on to the Stars versus the Crabs. Crabs going to be taking this one 5-2. Looks like 3 RBIs from Dorothy Morimura is going to be headlining this one for the Crabs. 2 for 4 day. Jose 43 gets the win for Providence. Handle the 4th gets the save. Varga gets tagged with a loss for Nashville. And Jose 43 with 6.1 innings pitched and only 2 unearned runs given up is going to be your player of the game for this one.
That brings us to the Vandals game. That's a 3-2 victory over the Rougarous. A good game by Shidermi and Chris King, both with 2 hits and Shidermi with 2 RBIs. Bentley getting the victory there with 8.1 innings played and 2 runs given up, as McQueen takes the loss with 3 runs given up and 6.1 innings played, as Austin Bentley gets player of the game.
That's 13 straight now for the Vandals. Raptors are going to drop this one to the Voyagers. New York taking it 6-3. But the Raptors out hitting them 11-9. Very interesting. McDavid and Brunson each with 2 hits on the side of Boise. Everyone hitting on the side of Boise at least once. But a 3-4 game with 3 runs for RJ Menard on the side of the New York Voyagers is going to help them to the win here. Kevin Choate gets the win for New York. 6 innings, only 2 runs given up. Graves with a hold. Searsick with the save. Collins getting the loss on the side of Boise, and RJ Menard going to be your player of the game.
And on the last game, the Death Valley Scorpions break their win streak. If the Vandals have 13 in a row, the Scorpions lose after winning 14, as the Rangers beat down them by 5-4. A good eye by Bogart, 5 straight, and Bogescu with 2 hits each. On the pitching side, McQuack getting the victory despite giving up 4 in 6 innings, as Barker takes the loss there with 6 innings played and 5 runs given up, as Vandals won 5 straight. Gets player of the game.
Moving along to the minors here, the Hepcats Mounties. Hepcats are going to be taking this one in a 7-6 victory. Close game though. Looked like it was tied going into the 9th. Looks like the RBIs are coming from Torrent and Hodge here, 2 each for them, and Jerry Jingles and Del Olmo on the side of Kingston, 2 each for them as well. Looks like Dude gets the loss for Kingston. El Charo gets the win for Kansas City despite blowing the save. MacArthur gets a save. LaRue gets a hold. Jerry Jingles, your player of the game here.
As the Delos lose one more time.
Oh,
a
no.
6-3 defeat for the Kingpins. A good game by Pinocchio with 3 hits and 2 RBIs and 2 runs as well. So Gonzalez takes the victory there with 6.2 innings played and 2 runs given up, as Say Law takes the loss with only 2 earned runs given up, but 3 unearned runs nonetheless. So Pinocchio plays the game.
Solid game from Juni Panda there too. 12-9 the score. San Bernardino going to be winning over the Dynamos here. What a real derby here with 4 RBIs in a 3-for-5 game for Dusty Balls, the left fielder for the 66ers. 5-for-5 game for Otis Wallace though. 3 RBIs and 2 runs for the second baseman from Dallas. It looks like the win is going to be going to Mac Miller. Is it Max Miller or Mac Miller? I think it's Max Miller. Yep, Max Miller for San Bernardino, and Shifty Lagoose taking the loss for Dallas, as Otis Wallace is your player of the game. There's a Max Miller and there is a Mac Miller in the minors. I just want to say that. It's really throwing me off.
As the Wheelers managed to walk off the Swifties on the 11 inning game. A walk-off run-scoring double for Jay Doctor, as there is multiple hits tonight, a 3-hit night by Stein and Finelli with 3 RBIs for Finelli. On the pitching side, G. Carton gets the win, his 5th win of the season. Guy Carlton racking up the wins there with the 2.1 seed in place and no runs given up, as not Winston 6 the loss there, giving up the run scoring double for J Doctor. So Sir Dr. Javier Dominguez Jr., is that right?
Yep. What a name. I want to say he was 4 for 4 in that game. I think he was 4 for 4, if I'm not mistaken.
4 for 6.
4 for 6. No, that's Dub City. 2 for 4. Sorry, with 4 RBIs though.
So I think we have no games in the majors now. Oh, we actually do. That's a quick sim. Just let me check this out. That's both for quick sim. So we have this loss. Managed to get another win over the Aviators, 6-2 this time. A 12-hit game for this loss. But nobody but Nick Wilson getting 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Great game by himself. A Jackson takes the beat down, giving up 6 and 5 innings played, as Dude Membro gets another complete game for the San Antonio's loss. The bullpen only watching this series so far, as Dude Membro gets player of the game.
Moving on to the Stars Crabs game. Crabs going to be taking this one 7-1. What a game for the Crabs. RBIs, Rusty Kuntz gets 2, and John Dowd also gets 2. Both of them with 2 hits as well. Baxter taking the loss for Nashville. J.A. Jabs getting the win for Providence, going 8.1 innings, only giving up a run. That's going to be your player of the game right there. 14 strikeouts and no walks. Look at that. That's an impressive outing for Jabs.
Now the Demons game. The Demons lose to the Toros this time. They 4-0 game. Not much on the batting side besides a 3 RBI for Jax and 2 hit night by Fitted. Gladiator getting 2 hits as well, but the player of the game is Jennifer Tarmington with a 8 shutout innings, and Bodyton completing the shutout with another shutout inning. The loss goes to Mitchell with 3 runs given up in 6 innings played, as Jennifer Tarmington is player of the game.
Death Valley, Florida Space Rangers. Let's see where the win goes here. It's going to go to Death Valley 4-2. Looks like the RBIs are coming from Elliot LaFavor. 2 there on a 1-for-3 day. 1-for-3 day for Red Arrow with the RBI as well. Castillo taking the loss for Florida, going 5.1 innings. Balkan getting the win for Death Valley, 6 innings, 2 runs on 1 hit and 3 walks. The walks hurting them there. McConnell and Lemon get holds. Logan gets the save, and Balkan's going to be your player of the game for this one.
Moving on to the victory over the New York Voyagers, a 3-0 over the Raptors. A 3-hit night by Anderson on the Raptors side, and a 2 hits, 2 RBIs for night for Nikia. Sivar getting the victory on 7 scoreless innings, as Cillian O'Sullivan getting the save, a 2 innings played save for O'Sullivan, as Escorun, future manager, future GM of the Kashima Foxes, Kitsune Foxes, I don't know. They giving up 3 in 8 as Rena Leb, I think that is Rena Leb, Sivar getting player of the game.
Really excited for Kashima Foxes. That's going to be a great team. International is really cool. Vancouver Vandals going to be taking this one 4-3 and moving to 14 in a row now. 3-for-5 game for Chris King, 2-for-4 for Times with 2 RBIs. 2 RBIs on the side of New Orleans from Christopher Brew on a 2-for-5 game as well. Win goes to Gonzalo Pena, with 3 innings of shutout ball in relief. After Ripsbad goes 6.1, Johnson gets the save, and Pleasance gets the loss on the side of New Orleans with Johnny Dickshot, the player of the game, the starter for New Orleans, going 5.2 innings, giving up only 3 runs.
So that's it for the majors. Let's see what the minors bring us. And I say a 12-2 victory for the Dallas Dynamos over the San Bernardino 66ers. A 3-hit night by a lot of players there. Avon, Myth, Pluto, Bloomfield, Long, Chick, Thix. That's a lot of hits on one night. 30 hit night overall.
Wow.
Oh, Dally with a disaster outing there with 10 runs given up and 2.2 innings played.
Yikes.
The bullpen picked up the slack there, but was not enough to recover the damage as Fenworth gets a victory. A 2 runs given up in 5.1 innings played as Yuto Kira Cloudera gets player of the game.
Hepcats Mounties once again. Hepcats over the Mounties here 3-2 for Kansas City. The RBI is a bit scattered, but a 2-for-3 game for Sean Scott. That's a good outing for him. 2-for-3 on the side of Kingston as well for Peter LaFleur, it looked like. Billy Greer gets the loss for Kingston. Royo gets the win for Kansas City, going 7 innings, only giving up 2 runs. That's a quality start. MacArthur gets the save, and Luca Royo is going to be your player of the game for this one.
As the Wheelers beating the Swifties, a 8-1 game. Great night by Finale with 2 hits and 3 RBI. The 2 hits and 2-for-4 night for Fisher and Stein as well as Haka Haka. Pressing gets a no decision while Crab getting the victory there with 2.1 shutout innings in relief as Lettershoot takes a loss, and Troy Pressing gets player of the game with the great outing. It's Dillo time. Oh,
Dillo's Kingpins. No, the Kingpins are going to take this one 5-4. 2 runs given up in the 8th there.
Sad Dillo noises.
Acuna Matata 3-for-4 with 3 RBIs. Zach Mouse 1-for-4 with 2. And 3 RBI game for Bruce Buckley of the Dillos. 2-for-4 day for them. That's a good game right there. It looks like for the pitching, we have Pickle Pocket, one of my favorite minor league names, getting a win for Chicago in relief. Ivy Leaf, the new create for the Kingpins, is going to be getting a save. And Smith on the side of Amarillo is going to be getting the loss and the blown save, with Parker Beecham, Peanut Butter, being your player of the game for this one.
So that's it for the day. Next day is another quick sim as well. Let's see what the majors bring us. That's a victory for the Raptors. The Raptors are doing pretty well this season. They beat the one of the top teams on the league, the Voyagers. A 3-hit night by Brunson and Sabor with 2 RBIs for Sabor. Saber or Sabor. So a 1 run given up by Moston, who takes the win, and Fairborn takes a loss with 3 earned runs given up in 7 innings as Braylon Moston gets player of the game.
Still a quality start for the new Voyager there. Sloth's Aviators. Sloth's going to be taking this one shutout, 3-0, shutting out the Aviators, who managed only 3 hits against the Sloths. RBIs for the Sloths going to Antonio, McDonald, and Sandberg. No one in this game having more than 1 hit. So hits all around here. Bobby Daring getting the win for San Antonio, going 6 shutout innings, giving up only 2 hits and 2 walks. Dugan with the hold, Rayner with the save. Ben Kidden taking the loss for Outer Banks. Bobby Daring, the starting pitcher, is going to be your player of the game for this one.
As the Stars lose to the Crabs on an 11-inning game, a walk-off single for Gonzalez there. Only 2 hits. That's overall on an 11-inning game for the Stars. But the Crabs getting 2 hits by Chickens, Reeves, and Gonzalez getting the rally there at the 11th. as Obama pitches 8.1 innings of shutout game, but the victory goes to Euskirches Garcia, and Tokoyami pitches another shutout outing, but Sutherland managed to turn the game over on the 11th as he takes a loss, and Barack Obama gets player of the game.
Death Valley, Florida. This is going to go to Florida. 10-2 win for the Space Rangers with a 7-run 8th inning. And it looks like I saw a grand slam from, who is it? Benjamin Hilmer. Benjamin Hilmer, the grand slam in the 8th inning off of Maddox. 3 for 5 game for Kitoff as well with 2 RBIs, and 2 for 4 game for Crashwagon with a pair of RBIs for Florida as well. Shane Green taking the loss for Death Valley, 5.2 innings. Buster Nutt getting the win for Florida, going 6.2 innings, only giving up a run. Torkelton getting the hold, and Nutt is going to be your player of the game for this one. Maddox having a rough go of it, yeah, 6 runs and 4 hits. Can't get an out there on 2 walks as well.
So as the Vandals continue the hot streak with a 10-1 victory over the Rougarous. A great night by Times, McMuffin, and Lodge with 2 hits each, and a 3 RBI night for Session and Lodge as well. A 2 hits night for Bonanza on the Rougarous side, as McDougall takes a loss with a 5 runs given up in 6 innings, and Blue Nine giving up only 1 run in 8.1 innings plays, as he gets player of the game.
This is crazy. Demons Toros. Demons gonna win this one 7-3 off a 4-run 2nd inning. Looks like RBIs. We got a couple for Grant Iridian, 1 for 4 game there. Mountain Quick having a good game as well, 3 for 5. Bellinger scoring 2 runs as well. 2 for 4 game for Ace Carter on the side of Cancun. Kid Carsey taking the loss for Cancun. And Andy Spruce taking the win for Detroit. Ace Carter going to be your player of the game. Can you scroll back up for a sec? I think Ace Carter got all 3 RBIs. Yeah, he did. Ace Carter with all 3 RBIs for Cancun in that game. Yeah.
He's doing it now by himself. So what have the Miners have for us? A victory for their Mounties. A 9-1 victories over the Hepcats. A lot of hits for the Kingston lineup, 70 hits. Blanc getting 3 hits, but 3 RBI night for the Lomo and Hills. Not much going on the Hepcat side, as T-Guy gets a victory for Kingston with a 2.2 relief appearances of shutout game, as Jordan getting the loss there with 2 runs given up in 5 played, as Enrico Del Olmo getting the player of the game. Oh, Dillo time again.
Come on, Dillos. 10-1 game for the Dillos. 6-run 3rd inning. Man, the Dillos bats are either on or they're off. There's no in between here. Judy Panda 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Ben Dover 2 for 4 game with 3 RBIs. Buckley tagging on 3 as well on a 3-run homer, it looks like. 3 for 4 game for Vidal Valor and 2 for 3 for Bond, but everyone else asleep at the plate there. Scoochie Dart getting the loss for Chicago, and Gar Fruking getting the win for Amarillo. Ben Dover is going to be your player of the game for this one.
As the Dynamos game ends up in a victory for Dallas, a 5-3 affair. A great night by Thix with 3 hits and 2 RBIs night. But our myth not staying behind with a 4 for 4 night, but 1 RBI. So we have Brown taking the save, while Stedman the third getting the victory with 2 shutout innings. And Big Bones getting the loss with 5 runs given up in 6.2 innings, as Randy Myth gets player of the game.
I just want to point out, Crowbar Thieves was a triple shy of the cycle in that one. Swift Steeds versus the Wheelers, 4 for 1 for the Wheelers. This win, 2 for 4 game for Dimes, Burrow, and Powers all. RBIs scattered across the board here. The only RBI for State College coming from Haywood Dinkle. Looks like Grant Grisselman is going to take the loss for the Swifties, while Danielson gets the win for Anchorage, holds for Nagashimi and Carlton. Roach gets the save, and Bart Danielson, the starter for Anchorage, after 6.1 innings pitched and only 1 run given up, is going to be your player of the game for this one.
And if quick sims days are enough, we have an off day now.
Get to the prime times, says chat. No, I'm kidding.
That's not prime time yet, but we have a game now. That's
should be prime time, isn't it? Yeah.
Florida versus Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah, Florida versus Detroit.
All right, first opportunity for TPE here, chat. Space Rangers Demons. Who do we got? I don't know how to put a poll. I don't think I can actually because I'm not mod. I don't think in this chat, but just put it in. Put it in chat. Space Rangers or Demons. Who you got for the TPE this week?
It's a pretty balanced matchup there.
Yeah. Starting off with the Florida Space Rangers here, as Shake It Off is going to ground into right field for a leadoff single of the game off of starting pitcher Silas Young for Detroit Demons, and a bloop single for Amp Bogart is going to make it first and second with no outs. Benjamin Hilmer, high pop fly, and it's not going to leave the infield as second baseman, I think that was David. Yep, David puts it away. Pop fly right to David again for the second out. Farley Hank on that one, and Red Arrow strikes out. So Space Rangers get 2 hits, but can't push anyone across as they go 1, 2, 3 the rest of the way off of Silas Young. Bottom of the first coming up.
As Colton Kai takes him out, and he starts with a ground out to the second baseman as Yellow Gladiators takes his turn on the bat, and he gets a single. So 1 man on base on the first inning, and Randy Reed strikes out looking. Got it with the slider as Mountain Quick gets a quick out to the shortstop, and that's a no runs for the Demons as Cotton Kai gets out, giving up only 1 hit.
Chat had 6 responses for me, and we're even split on this one. 3 Space Rangers, 3 Demons. As 5 straight goes down and strikes to Silas Young to lead off the top of the second here. Begescu is going to go down on strikes as well. It's Silas Young's 3rd strikeout of the game so far. Excuse me. Jay King, the DH, coming up next, and is going to go down on strikes as well. That's 4 strikeouts out of 6 possible outs for Silas Young. Wheeling and dealing there as a 1-2-3 inning against Florida brings up the bottom of the second.
As Michael Davis takes his turn, and he grounds out to the first baseman. That's Charlie Law Jr. takes them out. Takes the plate, but an easy fly to the center fielder. And Colton Kai gets another out. That's a quick 1-2-3 for Colton Kai as Stretch Armstrong gets a ground out to the second baseman. So, far stays 0 so far.
Moving to the top of the third, and strike 3 against Crash Wagon, number 5 for Silas Young, and number 140 on the season for the starting pitcher from Detroit. Shake It Off, the center fielder, grounds to shortstop, and that's going to be out number 2. Bringing up Amp Bogart, who goes down on strikes as well. 3 up, 3 down for the Space Rangers. 6 strikeouts now for Silas Young over 3 innings.
And that brings us Axel Cloud. It's a easy fly to the shortstop that cuts the ball out. As Joman Johnson, the 5th, rounds out to the second baseman as Kyle Bellinger now getting a single down the middle. Single for Bellinger. Strike out. Gilly Gladiator can't bring Bellinger home. As Colton Kai gets another scoreless inning.
Moving to the top of the 4th here, and Benjamin Hilmer is going to swing on that one. That's going to sky into center, left center, And the center fielder, I believe that's Iridian, is going to take care of that one. Bellinger is going to take care of that one for out number 2. And a grounder to the pitcher over to first. 1-2-3 inning. No strikeouts here for Silas Young, but you're still happy with that inning.
Yeah, pitcher's duel so far. A couple of hits there, but I think only one situation of runners in scoring position so far. As Grandy Region takes a single and Mountain Quick takes on 12. That's no outs, runners in first and second as Michael David, it's a fielder choice. So runners on first and third, and that's a tag and save. That's a sac fly for Charlie Law Jr. Close one. Great throw by the right fielder. As Armstrong strikes out looking, but the Demons, they cut the scoreboard now. It's a 1-0 game for the Detroit Demons.
Moving to the top of the 5th here, Vandals 1-5 straight is going to take a leadoff walk off of Silas Young. First base runner since the first, I believe. Bogescu is going to ground out here as into a... Is that fielder's choice, I think? Yeah. No.
It was a bit lazy to show the first, but...
Ridian flies out to center, and Crash Wagon is going to just get an infield hit. The shortstop couldn't hold on to that one. And a wild pitch, it looks like, or a passed ball, something along those lines, is going to advance the runners to second and third. But a strikeout by Shake It Off is going to end the threat. Rangers get him to second and third with 2 outs, but nothing doing here as the score still 1-0 Demons.
Axel Cloud starts off the bottom of the 5th with a fly out to the shortstop, and Joman Johnston gets a quick ground out as well. As Cotton Kai gets another scoreless, another 1-2-3 inning for the Kai man with 3 strikeouts, 4 hits, but more importantly, 1 run given up.
Going to the top of the 6th, Mountain Quick is going. Amp Bogart is going to strikes. It said Quick in the top bar, and I got confused real fast there. Ball 4 to Benjamin Elmer for a walk, and a ground ball at shortstop over to second for 1, but they're going to hold on to it. No double play there, but a fielder's choice. Red Arrow, pop fly, and it's going to be taken care of by the first baseman, Law Jr. So 1 on, but nobody across as we go to the bottom of the 6th now. Detroit still leading 1-0.
So that's Gladiator time, and he fights an out as he hits a ground out to the shortstop. As Randy Region gets a fly out to the shortstop as well. And Mountain Quick strikes out swinging, so the Detroit Demons go down another 1-2-3 for Kai.
Moving on to the top of the 7th, Silas Young still in there. Diving grab by the shortstop as Bellinger going to be throwing on to first. I like how the feed said it was a routine scoop as he's diving for it. Ground out to third for Bogescu, and Kane is going to be flying into left field for a 1-2-3 inning. Silas Young cruising 7 innings, only giving up 3 hits, 2 walks so far.
Yeah, Cotton Kai has been having a great game as well, but he's giving up 1 run that Florida Rangers could not keep up so far. As Michael David strikes out, only 62 pitches, 65 so far pitches for Cotton Kai. So the defense has been helping him as well. As he gets another fly out, but that time that Stress Armstrong gets a hit through this middle. So what Axel Cloud can bring us? Another out. Another scoreless inning for Kai, but he's still up for the loss, even though he gave up only 1 run.
Top of the 8th now, Henry Chadwick stepping in the new pitcher. Crash Wagon 0 for 2 is going to be grounding out to second, it looks like. And a fly ball into center field. Iridian is going to make a diving catch there for out number 2. and a strikeout by Ant Bogar is going to make it 1-2-3 inning. Henry Chadwick dealing there. Florida's only got one more shot left here.
Sky stays on the mound. That's... Oh, he gives up a leadoff walk for Drummond Johnston. That could mean trouble. Oh, another walk. This time for Kyle Ballinger. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Oh, he walks the bases a little bit.
Oh, man.
Gladiator. Load the bases. As Sky hits a... Oh, Iridian hits a deep one to the right fielder. That tags the runners. Safe.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Runners advance to third as well. So a sac fly for Iridian.
If you had walked the bases loaded and then gave up a grand slam, I was about to lose my mind.
As Mountain Quick hits a ground into double play, so the inning ends with only one run given up, even though he walks the bases loaded with nobody out.
Top of the ninth, Florida last chance. Benjamin Hilmer rung up on strikes. Henry Chadwick getting his second strikeout now in as many innings. Farley Henk going to be up next, and he's going to go down on strikes as well, make that number 3 for Chadwick. Down to their last out with 2 runs to go. Florida is going to turn to Red Arrow, who is going to ground out to the first baseman, over to the pitcher who's covering. This one is in the books. Detroit going to be taking this one 2-0, the final score. Great outing for Silas Young. In terms of batting, we got a couple RBIs from Grant Iridian and Law
getting more than one hit.
Yeah, really quiet back game here, but it's a pitcher's duel. As Kai puts up a impressive outing, but Silas Young just looked so much better out there today. 7 innings, 3 hits and 2 walks, no runs. Of course, Silas Young's going to be your player of the game, with Chadwick getting the save here.
We have this time that's another prime time. That's OBX versus Cancun. Where is it? It's here.
Oh yeah, look at that. 2 primetime games. Chat. Who's got? Who do you have in this one? OBX or Cancun? Cancun having a pretty big advantage here. Yeah, 8-0 with a tie here. Sorry, 9-0 with a tie. Always forget about the pitcher being separate. 9-0 with a tie in the 8th slot. We're going to be starting off with striker spin rate on the mound, and Holden Affert is going to take a leadoff walk to start this one off. Izzy D'Alicio was going to watch as Affert takes off for second and easily steals second base. Speaking of second base, a ground out to second base for Izzy D'Alicio. And another one for Dan Halen, but that is going to be an RBI. Well, I don't. Do groundouts classify as an RBI? I always forget that. But
yeah, it classifies as an RBI.
Do they? Okay, cool. So 1 run scored for OBX, and going down on strikes is Tom Shu. 1-0. Outer Banks taking an early lead here.
I think it doesn't only qualify for the RBI if you hit in the ground double play. As Walker Cato walks Mr. Sammons to lead off. Oh, he walks as well. DJ Steele. So 2 walks in a row for Cato. And that's a good start for the Toros. A bomb by Bauer. Bauer bomb. A 3-run shot. A 417. Moonblast by Anthony Bauer to open the scoreboard for the Toros. Nobody out and 3 runs on the scoreboard.
I love the foghorn. That's great.
As JD Jax hits a fly out to the right fielder, and Ace Carter, it's a deep one, but easy catch for the center fielder there. As Michael Fitta hits a hard one, and gone! Yep. 402 feet homer! Fit it! Fit one into the stands! Walker Cato giving up 4 runs so far. Only 2 outs. First inning. And that's a liner to the third baseman. That's 4 runs in the inning. Cato, tough start for himself as Hoffman flies out to the third baseman.
That was a no-doubter from Fitta. That thing just had so much velocity on it. Bergen Cannon is going to ground out unassisted to first, and Herrera is going to ground out, looks like to third. So quick 2 outs. Striker spin rate is in the zone now as strike 3 to Esposito goes across the plate. 2 innings down for spin rate, gave up 1 run, but going to the bottom of the second now, Cancun still leads 4-1.
Let's see if Tito regain his composure as he gets a first quick out, and as his first strikeout of the game overcame Munson. But that brings us to the top of the lineup, the one that did damage to himself, and oh, he gets a easy fly to the center field. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 quick outs for Cato. But the score remains 4-1.
Top of the third now as Tyler Swift stepping to the bat. Fly out to center field, and Ryan Lupe is going to ground out to first for out number 2. Back to the top of the order now, Holden Afford is going to ground out to the shortstop, and that's going to be out number 3. Striker spin rate now in the groove after that leadoff walk, I believe it was. Looking good with no hits so far through 3.
As DJ Steele hits a foul out to the catcher. As Anthony Bauer, who hits a bomb, hits a ground out to the third baseman. And Jack Stearns hits another grounder to the third baseman. It's a little high off the throw, but that's an out nonetheless. A quick 1, 2, 3 outing for Cato on the bottom of the 4th.
Moving to the top of the 4th now, OBX looking to make up these 3 runs that they find themselves in the hole. Quick ground out to second, though, won't help them out. And strikeout, we'll just add to that, as Dan Halen goes down on strike 3 from striker spin rate. Tom Shue, the second baseman, now up for OBX. And a fly ball into right field. That one is gone! Tom Shue with a solo home run, 434 feet. First hit of the ball game for the Aviators, but it's going to put them another run on the board. Now 4-2. Toros still lead, but that is going to cut the lead down a little bit. Solo shot by Tom Shue as Klaus Bergen Cannon steps into the box.
Where is Shue on
fly
the
ball
chat?
to center field. Yeah, Shue is in the chat. I forgot about that. Shue! Oh man,
Jay Carter that's a strikeout to start the inning for Cato. As Michael fitted, it's a bomb on the first inning, but that's a ground out to the shortstop. That brings us Tanner Hoffman. That's a fly out to the center fielder. Walker Cato after the tough start, man. It's 3 scoreless after the first inning.
Top of the 5th, Victor Herrera steps into the box. High fly ball, caught just shy of the warning track there for out number 1. And Nero Esposito gets rung up on strikes for out number 2 against spin rate. Tyler Swift, the center fielder, is going to step into the box here against striker. And strike 3, that's 3 up, 3 down. Striker spin rate looking good through 5. Cancun still leading 4-2 now. Uh-oh.
And that's lightning bolt's time. The bolt strikes out. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cato. Seems to be getting his groove there. As he strike out Cade Munson as well. That's 2 straight strikeouts. But that brings us top of the lineup now. Let's see what Cato. Oh, that's a hard ball hits the left fielder. That's a single for Sammons. As DJ Steele strikes out swinging. That's 5 strikeouts for Cato. That's 3 strikeouts only in this inning. Great comeback for Walker.
On top of the 6th now is Ryan Lupe on a 2-2 count. It's going to sky that into right field for out number 1 as Michael Fitted takes care of that. And number 100 on strikeouts, Holden Affart. That's their 100th strikeout this season. Izzy D'Alicio with a fly ball into center field is going to get caught in a 1-2-3 inning. Once again for striker spin rate here, 6 innings, giving up 2 earned runs off of a hit and a walk so far.
And that's ball time. It's a fly out to the center fielder. As JD Jax hits a long one and gone! A 446 bomb. That's
milestone in the feat.
Yeah, it's
12th most career home runs in the history of the PBE.
225 home runs for JD Jax. Oh, that's a big number there. As Ace Cutter strikes out. That's 3 bombs given up by Kato. I think all runs have been for home runs so far. As Mike fitted strikeouts for Kato. So another run, another bomb for the Cancun Toros, 5-2.
Top of the 7th now, OBX looking to overcome this 3-run deficit. A leadoff single by Dan Halen is a good start to the inning. Tom Shu with a solo home run earlier in the game. This time is going to get past the second baseman. That's going to be a single, and they throw it to first, allowing Dan Halen to advance to third. Runners at the corners now with no outs, but Bergen Cannon makes it 1 out. On the strikeout there, Herrera with a long fly ball into center field, just shy of the track. That's going to count as a sac fly as Dan Halen is going to score, making it 5-3 now. OBX trying to put a dent into this deficit. Nero Esposito is going to ground out to second, and that's going to be out number 3. It's time for the stretch as we go to the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 Cancun. OBX making their presence known though with a run there.
It's time for Lionel Washington to take them out there. Oh, that's another tough shot.
Wow.
OBX pitcher. Tanner Hopman hops on to the stands. Oh my god.
Rough going for OBX to get a run and immediately Cancun answers.
4th home run of the game for the Toros. That's lightning bolt time. That's a quick ground out to the second baseman as Kate Musson. It's a fly out. Ooh, that's a deep one, but it's a fly out nonetheless for the center fielder. And Simmons, it's a single to the right field. And that brings us DJ Seal that strikes out, swinging again. So they get another run, but that's a 1 run only.
Back to a 3-run deficit for the Aviators, and they're looking to climb it in only 2 opportunities here, the top of the 8th, top of the 9th. And a leadoff batter is going to fly out to right field. That was Tyler Swift flying out to right fielder Fitted. Lupe goes down on strikes to pitcher Mac Arian, came in last inning. Back to the top of the order, and Afford is gonna get away with that one. Oh no, he got thrown out on the drop third strike. That's gonna be a 1-2-3 inning, kind of weird fashion for Arian. 6-3 still Toros.
As Washington stays on the mound but gives up a leadoff walk for Bauer. Oh, it's a pass ball. It's a pass ball that advances the runner. And they intentionally walk Mr. Jax. I think they were afraid of another bomb. Oh, they walked the bases loaded as Hank McDanked. Walk. Oh, that's a strikeout on the corner. Michael Fitter strikes out. But the bases remain loaded for Tanner Hopman. And that's a 1 out. 1 out at base. So the bases remain loaded. And that's a... Oh, that's an error for the... Oh, that's an error for the third baseman. I think the first baseman couldn't catch, but it's a throwing error. Oh, that's a hit by pitch. RBI for K. Munson. Damn, this inning is getting away from control. Tilapia Simmons is... It's a single that most likely will bat through in. Yes! That's a 2-run single for Samuel, his 35th RBI of the season so far. As DJ Steele hits a fly out to the center fielder, but not before the Toros scored 4 at the bottom of the 8th.
This one's just gotten away from the Aviators, but they are going to have one more shot at it. 3 outs to make up 7 runs, though, is a large order. We're going to be starting off with Izzy D'Alicio, who goes down on the knuckle curve. 0 for 4 day for D'Alicio. Mac Arian back in the game. Back on the mound, excuse me. As Dan Halen goes down on strikes. That's Mac Arian's 5th strikeout this game. And OBX down to their last out. It's looking pretty dire at this point. Tom Shu in the box and is going to go down on strikes. This one is over 10-3, the final. Cancun over Outer Banks, and this was close for a while. I think Outer Banks probably could have come back until that one inning just got away from them. 3 RBIs for Anthony Bauer off the 3-run bomb. 3 for 4 day for Salmons as well with a pair of RBIs. Looking at the pitching here, spin rate getting the win, 6 innings, 3 runs on 2 hits and a walk. Excuse me. Mac Arian gets the save, Walker Cato the loss, and striker spin rate is going to be your player of the game with that start.
So that leaves us to start scoring the Raptors. The Raptors walk off at the start with a 2-run bomb. 2-run bomb for McDavid. A great night by Thomas and David with 2 hits each, but Thomas getting 3 RBIs. A triple there by Thomas. 2 triples by D. Thomas. As Bisquick shut out in 7.1 by getting no decision, as Matthew Poe gets the victory for the Raptors, as McKinnon gets the loss, and T. Johnson getting no decision by giving up 4 and 6.1, as Bill Bisquick gets player of the game.
New Orleans versus Death Valley. Death Valley gonna take this one 11-1. What a game for Death Valley, and a grand slam by Willie Colon, the right fielder for Death Valley. 5 RBI game for the rookie. 2 for 4 game for LaFavor as well with a pair of RBIs. Nola bats quiet. Grover Walkenfuss taking the loss for New Orleans, and Harry Styles getting the win for Death Valley in an 8.1 inning, 1-run game, only giving up 3 hits and no walks. Willie Colon with that 5 RBI game is going to be your player of the game.
As the Stars beat the Voyagers 8-1, as the Voyagers seems to be down on a squid there. A great night by McDonald, a 3-hit night, and a 4 RBI night for Sandberg, and 2 hits as Ryan Rose getting the complete game, 1 run given up. And Slowface takes a loss with 6 runs given up in 2.1 innings. Terrible outing for the Slowman versus the loss. So Ryan Rose gets player of the game on the complete game.
And you hate to see it. The win streak finally ends at 15 for the Vandals as Providence take this one 5-1. 2 for 4 day for Dandy Chickens Jr., 2 for 3 game for Litteris. 3 RBIs between the 2 of them. The 1 RBI from Vancouver coming from Giant Times 2. Rick Hood having a 2 for 4 game. No one else with more than 1 hit. Brent Lemieux taking the loss, going 5 innings, giving up 4 runs on 9 hits. Pearson getting the win on the side of Providence, 6.1 innings, only 1 run. Handle getting the hold, and Urquidez Garcia getting the save. Nate Pearson is going to be your player of the game, and I believe, go ahead, but I believe Leifer is saying in the chat that that was the 999th win in franchise history for the Crabs. So we might be seeing the 1,000th franchise history win for the Providence Crabs on this stream. So that will be interesting. But yeah, 15-game win streak ends for the Vandals on number 999 for the Crabs.
There are no minor games today, and we have another prime time today. It's Nashville Stars at Boys.
All right, Nashville Boise chat. Which one do you got? This one. This one could be interesting, I think. Nashville, looks like Boise has the lead on advantage here, 6-3 with a tie in the 9 slot.
That's much more balanced than the last one.
Yeah. So. All right. Starting off here, Dusty Collins on the mound for Boise as Hunter Geist It's going to be the first one up for Nashville, grounding out to short. And Jameis Winston is going to get a base hit. That's going to skate by the first baseman into right field. Pickoff attempt, and he's picked off at first by Dusty Collins. Ground out to shortstop for Boswell, and that's going to be nothing across on one hit for the Stars. Pickoff attempt from Dusty Collins. That was pretty interesting to see. You don't see that every day on stream.
As Nacho Vargas starts for the Stars, and that's a deep fly ball to the right fielder. So little scary there, but Nacho Vargas getting 2 quick outs. That's Green's fouled out to the first baseman. Oh, what a shot was that!
Wow.
Wait, is that a not wrong? That's a double. What? That's a double. That's out of that was hit out of the city. But that's only a double. I don't know what happened there. Oh, the left fielder is still catching the ball there. Look the shortstop. That's the longest double you will ever see.
Why wasn't he running? The ball is still playing.
Oh, that's another double. That's one. That's a normal. Oh, that's another the normal one. He gets his ball at the stands there. Oh my God, that's 2 straight doubles that goes to the stand, but that's 1 run only. Steve Vessel strikes out looking. What a weird game we have here.
What the heck was that? Somebody clip that. My gosh. Top of the second now. Nashville looking to get a run on the board to tie it up here. Lunchbox McGrath, though, going down on strikes the DH. Zach Johnson, the center fielder, up now, stepping into the box against Dusty Collins, the pitcher. And Fireball, the third, and that's going to be thrown on to first for out number 2. Brandon Fry, the catcher. High fly ball. It's going to be caught pretty easily, though, by the center fielder McDavitt, as the Raptors maintain their lead 1-0.
Nacho Vargas starts this bottom of the second. I don't know if he likes this stadium or not. That should be 2 bombs or not. I don't know. But he gets 1 run only on the board. So, and 2 another quick outs as Luca goes steps up to the plate and hits another ground out, this time to Nacho Vargas, and he is out. So quick 1-2-3 for Nacho.
I meant to say this last inning, but I was so thrown off by whatever happened with that double. But I asked chat which team they had last time. We were split between Florida and who was it? The other team.
Demons.
Florida and Detroit. This one's pretty unanimous. People are saying Boise. 1-0 only the lead, though. And that is going to be a 1-1 game now, as Wendell Meredith is going to tie the game with a solo shot. Tintin going long, 397 feet on that one. So right as I was talking about how how chat thinks Boise is going to win this one, Nashville ties it up. 1-1 now the score. Back to the top of the order for Hunter Geist, who goes down on strikes. So Stars pick up a run off the home run by Meredith, and the game is tied up at 1, going to the bottom of the third.
The Tawachai Chaisambun. He strikes out swing. No, strikes out swing. He couldn't check his swing.
I did jinx it.
As Finn Reed hits a liner over the third baseman head, that's a single. As Jake Green hits another single, that's to the right field this time. That's 2 men on base with only 1 out. As Connor McDavid hits that's another a double play, as the slides prevent a double play, but Joshua Bresson strikes out swinging. So that's 2 hits, but no runs for the Boise Raptors.
Going to the top of the third, Nashville looking to break the tie here. Sorry, top of the fourth, excuse me. Nashville looking to break the tie. Grounder to second, thrown on to first. Jameis Winston goes down on the ground out. Buswell going to be repeating the exact same play. A little bit different spacing, but Lunchbox McGrath is going to go yard once again. that was not once again. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but Lunchbox McGrath hitting the 10th one out of the park this season for them. 422 feet the distance, and now the Stars have broken the tie 2-1. Chat, I think you guys might be wrong. No, it's way too early to tell that. But Zach Johnson goes down on strikes against Dusty Collins. 2-1 now the score.
Chat jinxes the prime time.
Chat jinxed it. I didn't jinx it. Chat jinxed it.
Steve Esso strikes out looking. That's 100K so far for Varga this season. He throws Esso with a screwball. And that's Sabor time. He savors a strikeout. As the secret chain gets in up. So that's a 5th strikeout for Vargas so far. And Lonnie Anderson hits a single through the middle. Put the first base run of the inning, and Lucas Gold grounds out to the first baseman. So 1 hit but no runs as the Raptors trend 1 at the first base.
Going to the top of the 5th now. Nashville looking to extend the 1-run lead. Grounder shortstop over to first, and no, that's going to count as an infield hit. Brandon Fry beats it out.
Oh, it's a bunt.
First bunt by Kevin Hunter. That's going to be sacrificed over to second, and a pass ball is going to bring Fry to third. Philly fan goes down on strikes. And now it's Wendell Meredith, who went yard earlier today, and ground out to second is going to end the threat. So they get a runner to third, but can't push them across. 2-1 still Nashville.
I can't remember that many bunts on stream. That's pretty rare side to have there. I'd say sack bunts there.
Yeah.
So Jason Boone hits a fly out to the right fielder as Fenris strikes out swinging. 2 quick outs for Vargas this inning. As Jake Greens takes his turn and he hits a high one, but not deep enough. It's an easy fly out to the left fielder. It's a 1-2-3 for the Raptors, and the Stars still remain on the lead. 2-1 for the Stars.
Top of the 6th now. Nashville looking to extend it once again. Hunter Geist, though, is going to go down on strikes against Dusty Collins. That's their 6th strikeout of the game today. We go to Jameis Winston now at the box. And ground ball gets past the third baseman, but not the shortstop. And that's going to be ground out for out number 2. Jason Buswell is going to go down on strikes as Dusty Collins racks up the 7th. We're 6 innings, and we go to the bottom of the 6th now with Nashville still leading, but just by 1. Boise getting a chance now.
The Raptors came on a comeback. Oh, that's a McDavid ground out to the shortstop. As Joshua Brunson hits another ground out to the shortstop. And Esso, what did it say? It said 3 ground outs to the shortstop.
Wow.
So much for a comeback. That's 1 run down still for the Raptors.
I still got three chances as we go to the top of the 7th. Lunchbox McGrath, high fly ball to left field. This one, though, not going to be able to make it out, unlike their homer earlier in the game. Another fly ball to left field by Zach Johnson. Lucas Gold is getting some work out there. And a ground ball to first base, who's first baseman Brunson, who steps on the base for out number 3.
Oh, sorry. Lonnie Anderson hits a ground out to the third baseman this time. As Lucas Gold. Another 1-2-3, another 3 outs. So easy for Nacho Varga. Only 75 pitches so far for Nacho. Boise is still scoreless.
Kevin Hunter laid down a sacrifice bunt his last time up, but this time it's going to go down on the splitter. And it's Dusty Collins begins their 8th inning of work. Jagger Philly fan now in the box. Fly ball into right field. Very quick one, very short one. That's going to be put away by Fenris. And a swing and a miss as Stars go 1-2-3 in this one. Wendell Meredith striking out to end the inning there. Going to the bottom of the 8th now, still 2-1.
As Jason Boone strikes out on the circle change. Wagner possibly going for the complete game with a pitch count. As Fane Breeze takes the plate and he hits one hard. That's a sliding catch. One random sliding catch for the center fielder by Jack Johnson. As Jake Green hits a high fly to the second baseman. Only 3 out remaining for Raptors. Oh, it's a tough mission now, as Wagner still have a low pitch count.
And strikeout number 10 for Dusty Collins is going to lead off the top of the ninth. Nashville's last chance to extend their lead. Jameis Winston up to bat 1 for 3 today as Walter White enters the game and immediately makes his presence known, striking out Winston. Last out of the top of the ninth is Jason Buswell is going to bloop that right into right center for a single. This inning is not over quite yet. Lunchbox McGrath, though, is going to go down on strikes. Still 2-1. Boise has their last chance coming up here in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, but now that's the heart of the lineup with McDavid leading off the ninth. Let's see. There is a chance. Oh, that's another big ground out to the infield. As Joshua Burson strikes out swinging, that's 1 out only remaining. That's 1 TP less for Chad. Steve Essel, he keeps the ropes alive as he hits a single through the shortstop. As Potato takes him out now, and he walks back to a saber.
You can't say things like 1 more
Oh
TP
my God!
It's over. You can't say that.
No, Duke Thomas!
Now you can say it.
A pinch hit strikeout.
Now you can say it.
He ends the night. That's a victory for the Stars. Making the whole chat lose 1 TPE. That's nobody getting more than 1 hit. Oh
man.
my
Steve
God.
and Petra are going to have my head for jinxing this one.
Yeah. As Nacho Wagner takes the player of the game and almost a complete game. The Potato comes out giving up some hope for the Raptors, but gets the save at the end. So,
Outer Banks can. Oh, that's right. We got another primetime this one.
Another primetime. That's.
Let's see.
Rougarous versus the Scorpions.
Ooh.
That should not be that balanced.
All right, chat. Who do you have here? Do you have the Rougarous or do you have the Crabs?
The Scorpions.
Sorry, the Scorpions. The Claws. No secret on the advantage here that Death Valley seems to have a large advantage here in the lineups, at least. But, as they say, anyone can be anyone here. And Ed Barker is going to be stepping to the mound to face down Slithery Sneck. He's going to ground out to third to start this one off. Paolo DiStefano Jr. Is going to ground that to second, and the second baseman Love is going to bobble that one, allowing DiStefano to get to first. Foreman after it, though, on that fly ball by Beauregard, and that's going to be a stolen base as well for DiStefano. Runner on second with 2 outs, long fly ball, and it's just caught at the track. Bonanza almost took Barker deep there for 2 runs, but able to make the catch as Foreman. So we go to the bottom of the first, now scoreless.
As Sims takes them out, and he lit off with a walk. Not a good idea to walk Mr. Sim. He's a danger on the bait pass. And that's a single for Foreman. As Sim advances to third. Oh, Coco McQueen walks the bases loaded. That's all bases. Oh, that's a force out at second. That's a fielder's choice, but RBI nonetheless. As Sim scores. That's first name, last name. Hits a single that should drive a run. And advances the runner to third. That's a RBI single for first name, last name. As Oron gets a walk and the bases are loaded again. Only 1 out. Coco McKean struggles for his command. As Mid Springfield, it's a easy fly out to the third baseman. As William Stone hits it to the gap, it's a liner. That should drive all runs. He goes for the third, and he is safe. That's a bases clearing triple. 3 RBI triple for Stone. That's a 5-0 game. That's the first inning only for the Scorpions. Oh damn, that's a tough start for McQueen.
I don't even know what happened on that triple. It looks like the shortstop just fell asleep there holding the ball. Christopher Brew back up to the plate for the first time. Is going to go down on strikes against Ed Barker. It's going to be J.R. Cook, the second baseman, stepping into the box here. Fly ball to center fielder Fullman, and that's going to be out number 2. Oakwood Stud, ground out to the first baseman, and takes it unassisted. Andrew Oram taking care of that one. Still 5-0. Scorpions over the Rougarous, going to the bottom of the second now.
See if McQueen, he faces the leadoff man again, and Sim reaches bases again on an infield single. This time he tries to run and he gets it. It's an easy steal for Sim. And that's a ground out that advances the runner for Ian Foreman. As James Love strikes out swinging. That's the second strikeout for McQueen. And Elliot Lefebvre is a fly out to the shortstop. That's a leadoff man managed to get to the third, but it gets stranded there. So no runs for the Scorpions at the bottom of the second.
Top of the third now, New Orleans looking to get some runs on the board here as Ed Barker strikes out Alejandro Geronimo for the first out of this inning. Rob Cena Jr. Takes to the plate and is going to go down strikes as well. Ed Barker with their third strikeout now over 2.2 innings. Slithery Sneck going to be taken to the batter's box and is going to ground up to first. So 1-2-3 inning for Ed Barker dealing against the Rougarous here.
That's first name, last name, second at bat of the game. And he hits another hit. That's a through the gap. He goes for double. He gets that easily. That's a leadoff double for first name, last name. Oh, that's a deep one. Oh, he makes a diving catch. That advances the runner nonetheless, but it's a great defensive play by the right fielder there, Mr. Let's see. Di Stefano Jr. makes a great catch at right fielder, but that's low the bases on a hit by pitch on Stone. Maybe that's a revenge for the triple there. Oh, Colon hits one through and he gets a 2 RBI knock. That's a 2 RBI single for Willie Colon, the bottom of the lineup, delivering them for the Scorpions. That's man is on first and second with only 1 out, and that's a ground out. And is that a double play? Not in time. That's runners. Oh, the bases are loaded once again. As J Love hits one, it falls in. That's an RBI single that keeps the bases loaded versus Van Buren now. Oh, and Elliot Lefebvre walks. An RBI walk for Lefebvre. That's 9-0. That's the third inning yet. Oh my god, that's first name, last name. He gets 2 for 2. That's a... What? That's a catch? That's a catch. Great catch by Rob Cena Jr. That prevents the game to blow out instantly. So that's a 4-run third for the Scorpions.
This is rough. This is 9-0 score now as we go to the top of the fourth as Parker deals and strikes out to Stefano Jr. Gustav Beauregard is going to get base hit as that drops in front of the left fielder. So single for Beauregard. And it's Richie Bonanza is going to watch it as Beauregard is going to take second base easily. No throw there. Bonanza going to ground out to second, advancing Beauregard. And Christopher Brew with a fly ball into left center. Center fielder Fullman going to be taking care of that one. So they get a runner to third, but nothing across. Still 9-0 Scorpions as we go to the bottom of the fourth now.
As Oram led off the inning with a single. Oh, Rougarous pitchers have had a rough night so far, as Nakamura is the new pitcher. But he gets a fly out to left field. as Autumn remains in first base. As Stone strikes out looking. Oh, he shakes his head in disapproval to the ump. Disgusted. As Willie Colon gets another hit for himself. That's another single for Colon. Ah, the bases are loaded once again. As Sim gets another walk this game. As Fullman walks out, that's another RBI walk for the Scorpions. As J Love has another opportunity with the bases loaded. Let's see what he can do this time. And he hits my pitch. What is going on here? That's another RBI without a hit. So J Love gets an RBI without swinging. As left ref steps up to the plate and he gets an out. That finally ends the inning. 2 runs only, and the Rougarous should be thankful for only 2 runs given up.
Loki saying charge them in the chat if they hit my pitch. Just that's funny. Ground out to open this one. J.R. Cook grounding out to third, and Oakwood Stud with a short, slow roller there. Catcher first name, last name, going to take care of that. Strikeout number 5 for Barker. 1, 2, 3 go the Rougarous. Your turn to do more work for this one. I'm just
first name, last name. He gets an out. That's quick out for this. But the Rougarous, that's 2 outs in a row. Oh, what a size to be have. Oh, that's 3 outs in a row. A 1-2-3 quick inning for Hiro Nakamura. Oh, finally a good pitcher for the Rougarous stepping up.
Good outing there for the Rougarous as Rob Cena Jr. grounds out one to pitcher Ed Barker, who takes care of it. A liner to the second baseman for Sneck. And Stefano Jr. with a fly ball into left field. 1-2-3 inning. Barker is cruising through 6. 11-0 still the score. Barker only giving up 1 hit so far.
Stone, it's a liner to the left fielder. And Colon, it's a ground. It's a ground. It is. As the pitcher throws out the base runner. And that's a deep one. That's a gone! Zantrancin gets a long ball. It's his 4th at bat, and he reaches bases all time. Oh my God, that's a 4-14 bomb to right field. Hey, that's another one. It is gone. A monster bash by Foreman. A 4-4-4 fit bomb as the Scorpions takes down Hiro Nakamura, which was having the best pitching performance so far, but he gets taken out for Savarpali. And J-Love, he flies one out to the shortstop, but that's 2 runs and 2 hits and 2 solo shots by the Scorpions. As Sim and Fullman getting it done.
Rough game so far for Rougarous. 13-0 the score as we go to the top of the 7th, and Beauregard cut down. I'm not sure about that one. Don't think you should have gone for second there, but Richie Bonanza grounds out for out number 2, and Christopher Brew goes down, strikes. It's time for the stretch as we go to the bottom of the 7th with Death Valley still up 13-0.
Let's see how Savarpali gets this one going. And he strikes out Elliott. A strikeout looking for Savarpali. And first name, last name gets another hit. That's a single through the middle. As Andrew Oram strikes out swinging. That's another K for Savarpali. 2 strikeouts so far. As Springfield hits one, that's out to the third baseman. That's a scoreless inning for Sidhu Savarpali. The score remains 13-0 for the Scorpions.
And top of the 8th now. New Orleans has 6 outs, make it 5 now to climb the mountain of 13 runs as J.R. Cook goes down swinging. Ed Barker still cruising now, entering his 8th inning of work. Oakwood Stud is going to get a free pass to first as he gets grazed by the pitch. And Alejandro Geronimo with a runner on first and 1 out is going to sky that to center field. Fullman takes care of that. That's going to be out number 2. runner on first with 2 away. And Barker is going to grab that line out by Rob Cena Jr. to end the inning. Going to the bottom of the 8th now, as New Orleans has only 1 more shot left at it.
As William Stone hits a grounder to the first baseman. It's one quick out. As Colon strikes out swinging, that's a cutter they got him. Sarapali doing well so far. As he strikes out Sim. First time Sim's out this game. So that's a 1-2-3. 1-2-3 for the Rougarous. Very nice recovery of Sarapali.
Top of the 9th, Nova's last chance at this one. Grounder to second is not a great way to start it. Slithery Smith goes down on the ground up. To Stefano Jr. It's going to pop out to the shortstop, and with the last out on the left, Gustav Beauregard is going to get a base hit over the right fielder's head. And that's going to bounce onto the off the wall as Beauregard with a triple.
Oh, he ruins out the he ruins out the shutout.
There goes the shutout as the wild pitch is going to score Beauregard. They still got quite a bit of mountain to climb, but that's gonna be where it ends. Especially if it goes down straight.
Barker in fuming. Barker is fuming right now. I bet it.
Oh no.
As the Death Valley Scorpions put up 13 in the scoreboard versus 1 of the Rougarous. A great night by first name, last name. And Sim with a 2 for 4, 2 walks for Sim, and a 3-hit night by first name, last name. A 3-hit night by Beauregard. He did all by himself actually. Everything that is up here is Mr. Beauregard. So Beauregard won Death Valley Scorpions 13. As that Barker gets a complete game, almost shut out, almost a Maddox under 100 pitches there. As McQueen takes a lot, giving up 9 in 2.1 innings. A great game by Barker. He gets pretty the game.
I like Leifer puts comeback in all caps in the chat. Oh man.
What this game is?
Outer Banks versus Cancun is going to end in a shutout here. Cancun winning this one 5-0. 3 RBIs from Ace Carter and 2 from Anthony Bauer. All 5 runs coming from the home run. Ace Carter with a 3-run bomb and Bauer with a 2-run bomb. Dawson getting the win for Cancun, going 8 shutout innings, giving up only 3 hits and 2 walks, and Race Funk getting tagged with a loss for Outer Banks as Peter Dawson is your player of the game.
The bringers the Sloth game. The Sloth seems to be on a roll here. A 4-3 victory with a walk-off solo shot by Sandberg. The walk-off solo shot by Sandberg that hits a 2 for 4 night with 2 RBIs. Same scoreline as Wilson, as Tentacion getting 3 hits for the Voyagers, but no RBIs, I think. 1 RBI only. As Kelly Flowers giving up 3 in 6.2, and Rainer getting the victory there with a 0.1 inning plate victory. That's efficiency there. As Choate gets a non-decision on 7.1 innings in play, as Morgan gets a loss. And Kelly Flowers gets player of the game even though he doesn't get the win.
Space Rangers Demons is going to end with a victory for the Space Rangers, 9-7. The RBIs, 5 of them coming from Shake It Off, 3 for 5 game. With let's see, that's 2 home runs, yeah. 2-run shot and a 3-run shot for Shake It Off. Red Arrow also with a couple of RBIs. 2 for 4 game with 3 for Mountain Quick, and 2 for 3 game with 3 RBIs as well for Axel Cloud on the side of Detroit. Zielman getting the loss for Detroit, and McQuack is going to be getting the win for Florida, with McFlorida Man getting the hold and Pozo getting the save. Shake It Off with those 2 home runs is going to be the player of the game.
And the last game of the night is the Vandals beating the Crabs, a 3-2 victory. A very spread out hits night for the Vandals, as King and Time getting 2 hits each. That's only the multiple hits for the Vandals, as Chickens Jr. getting a 3 for 3 night, but no runs and no RBIs, as Muramura takes 2 RBIs for himself. as Bentley getting the victory over 8 innings played and 2 runs given up, and Kid getting the save, as Jose 43 takes the loss with 3 runs given up in 6 played, and Urquidez Garcia managed to throw 2 scoreless innings in relief, as Austin Bentley getting player of the game.
Way to go, Commish. State College Swifties versus the Kingston Mounties is going to end in a win for the Swifties, 9-3 with a 4-run ninth. 4-4 game for Enrique Del Olmo on the side of Kingston with 3 RBIs, but it just can't match up to the RBIs from the State College Swifties. 4 for Dub City, 4 for McCullum, a 3-for-5 night for Dub, and a 2-for-4 night for McCullum. And it looks like you need to calm down is getting their number 6 win on the side of State College. Evans getting the save, Cheyenne getting the loss for Kingston, and Dub City is going to be your player of the game.
And Dillo time, it's a Dillo win, 6-4 for the Armadillo Wheelers, over the Wheelers. A great night by Hamed and Majacomo, getting 3 hits for Hamed and 4 RBIs for Majacomo. As Swift getting 3 hit nights on the Wheelers side. As Elfan takes the L with a 5 runs given up in 6.2 innings played. And Hot Dog Sandwich continues his great season with a 3 runs given up in 7, but Dixon getting the save as Naz Ahmed gets player of the game. Let's send a shout out to myself. I don't think I can do that.
I'll give you a shout out. Good job. Dynamos win this one 10-3 over the Kingpins. 10-3 game. That's a lot of runs there for the Dynamos, and it's going to be coming off the backs of Tsunami, Cloudera, Avon, and Bloomfield, each one with 2 or more RBIs. Kingpins bats mostly quiet, 2-for-4 game for Matata with an RBI though. And it looks like Beaumont is getting the win for Dallas, going 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. Lassie gets the save. Gonzalez getting the loss for Chicago, and Cloudera is going to be your player of the game for this one.
As the last game of the night is a walk-off for the San Bernardino 66ers, a 2-run bomb to walk it off by B. Jim on the 11th inning. A 2-hit night by Bunny, Lim, and Jim himself. As nobody getting more than 1 hit on the Kansas City lineup. A victory goes to DeMarco, but Isidore getting a great outing with 2 runs given up in 7, and Galvin there with a great outing for himself, a quality start for himself, a 2 runs given up in 6, as Isidore getting player of the game. So let's see. This is all for today. We have only 2 games remaining on the stream. That's a Pro versus Vandals.
Oh, this will be a good one. While we're loading this in, chat, I just want to say there's a community event tonight, House Cup. Jackbox Bracketeering, I'm putting the link in chat now. Yurt is putting together a House Cup event. Jackbox, all you need is a phone or a computer with internet access, and you can play for points, as well as some $1 million payout for all participants.
$1 million? Oh my god!
Yeah.
So the lineup there seemed very split, a 5-4-5 there over the Crabs Vandals lineup.
You take the away team this time. I'm going to take the home team.
As the Vandals starts on the offense, as Justin Ripspot gets a quick fly out to the first baseman. Steve Gonzalez strikes out swinging. 2 quick outs for Ripspot. That's Morimura time. It strikes out, swinging, and thrown out. Gets out 2 times in 1 at bat. That's a great out by Morimura.
All right, moving to the bottom of the first now. Starting pitcher J.A. Jabs for Providence, already having a really good outing earlier today. And Chris King with a long fly ball into right field. It's going to get caught in the corner, though, by Speedy Gonzalez. Johnny times 2. Fly ball into center, and that's going to be out number 2. for Jabs, and Toby McMuffin goes down on strikes. So 1, 2, 3 inning for J.A. Jabs against the Vandals.
And that brings us Richard Small to the plate, and he strikes out swinging. That's the third strikeout for Wispa. Starting up hot on the mound there for the Vandals as another strikeout comes. That time it's Riven Knox, the strikes out swinging. And that just brings us Mike Litteris, and he hits it a sharp one through the right fielder. That's another hard hit ball, but this time the right fielder catches it. That's a one hit inning for Ripswad. No runs for the Crabs.
Moving to the bottom of the second here, Crunkleton going to be leading this inning off with a long fly ball into center field. That's going to get over the center fielder's head, and Crunkleton is going to be safe at second with a stand-up double. Herb Sessions with a runner in scoring position and no way out. That's a base hit. Crunkleton going for the plate, and he is going to be safe at the plate. Sessions knocking in one with a single. Vancouver taking the lead 1-0. Let's move on to Rick Hood with a swing and a miss, and they gun. Oh, it was just a regular strike. I thought it was a strikeout and a caught stealing. But no, it's just a caught stealing as Gibbles gets on base with a single. Oh, it was a double play. I was right. Lodge is going to get is going to get thrown out at first. My goodness, I am just all over the place. So 1 run for the Vandals off of the single by Sessions. Move on.
Oh, John Dow hits a deep one. It's gone. John Dow, that's the man here. He tied up the game. It's a 380 bomb to the right field. That's even as a score. That's the bottom of the lineup catcher. Oh, tie game and Rusty Guns times to strike out. It's a fifth strikeout for Justin Risblat. As Marcus Rips gets his second chance at the plate and hits a easy fly to the right fielder. And Steve Gonzalez hits an easy one to the shortstop. That's a quick inning, but still a solo shot by Dow to tie the scoreboard.
Geronimo Sheetermay now up to bat for the Vandals. Grounder to the pitcher and thrown on to first for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the order as Chris King rung up on a breaking ball for out number 2. Johnny times 2 is going to be stepping into the plate here real quick. And a grounder to second over to first, a 1-2-3 inning for Jabs as the game remains tied up at 1 apiece going to the top of the 4th now for Providence.
And Morimura led off this inning. He hits that's a high one. Is it gone? It is! Oh, that's his second solo shot. Second leadoff solo shot to the right field. Oh, Morimura puts the Crabs ahead. That's a 2-1 game. And he hits streak. He continues alive with a 17 hit streak for Morimura. As Riven Knox steps up and hits a deep one. Is it gone? No, that's a catch at the warning track. Oh, that's a Mike Litteris hits one through between the third and shortstop. And Chiggins Jr. hits a high one, but that should be easy for the center fielder to end the inning. But still, that's a Crabs leading now with another shallow shot, this time by Morimura, who remained red hot at the plate.
Go to the bottom of the 4th now, Toby McMuffin with a liner to left field for out number 1 of this inning. Theodore Crunkleton, high fly ball into center. That's going to be taken care of as well, out number 2. Herb Sessions now with the only RBI of the game for the Vandals is going to get another base hit. Second single of the game for Herb Sessions. And Rick Hood is going to fly out to center field to end the inning. So they get 1 hit off of the single by Herb Sessions, but nothing else. As we go back to the top of the 5th, Providence still up 2-1.
And John Dow leads off. See what's going on here.
Foul ball.
Foul ball. I highlight foul ball.
That looked like maybe it would have hit the pole, I think. So there we go.
As Rusty Gans takes his time now, and it's out. A ground out to the second base. And it's a liner to the shortstop by Marcus Reeves to make a quick 1-3 inning for the Vandals.
Bottom of the lineup coming up here for the Vandals, Bob Gibbles steps into the plate against Jabs, and a high fly ball center field is going to be the first out of this inning. Sack Lodge checks his swing but went too far for strike 3. Out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th as Geronimo Sheetermay, the second baseman, steps into the box, and that's going to be grounded out to the second baseman, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. J.A. Jabs is still looking red hot on the mound there, only giving up 1 earned run so far.
Steve Gonzalez takes a single. That's a single through the first and second. Lead-off single for Gonzalez as Murimura hits a high one, but that should be playable for the left fielder. Near the warning track, and he gets it out. It's 1 out and runners on first. Oh, that's another! Oh, that hits the wall! Richard Small takes a double. He goes out for the third base and he hits a triple! An RBI triple. His 43 RBI of the season for Richard Small. Oh my god, that's a wild pitch to score the runner from third. That's a 5-1 lead for the Crabs now. Justin Ripa losing some control there, as he gets a ground out to the second baser, and Mike Litter is trying to strike out. Oh, that's a 2-run inning for the Crabs. That's actually a 4-1, not 5-1. 4-1 for the Crabs.
No.
You were suffering there, AJ?
Oh, okay. Bottom of the 6th, Chris King and Elias off of the single. I'm a little bit better now after that, but Johnny times 2, high fly ball into center field. Center fielder going back at the track, gonna make the catch. Runner at first with 1 away, and McMuffin is going to watch it as King. He's gonna take second base. McMuffin, long deep drive into left field. That one's gone. Toby McMuffin, 2-run homer, 366 feet. Crabs are still up, but the Vandals are cutting that lead down to just 1 as they strike here in the bottom of the 6th. 4-3 now, Providence, as Toby McMuffin puts 2 more runs on the board there. Theodore Crunkleton now up with a high fly ball into left center field. Left fielder Chickens Jr. going to be taking care of that one. Herb Sessions already 2 for 2 today. Is just going to have a weak grounder there to the second baseman. Not going to make it 3 for 3, unfortunately, there, as 2 runs on 2 hits. The 2-run shot by McMuffin is going to bring the Vandals within 1 here.
As Chickens Jr. lit off the inning with a strikeout. So that's 8 for Rip Spot. And John Dowd, the man, he gets a walk on the gutter there by Rip Spot. Oh, that's a double play? It is! It is great. 1-2. Not a 1. Yeah, it's a 1-2-3 inning, even though it gets a walk. It's a 1-2-3 inning for a Rip Spot. 3 up, 3 down.
Time for the stretch. As we go to the bottom of the 7th now, Rick Hood, the left fielder, going to be leading this one off. And the throw to first is going to retire Hood. 1 away as Gibbles goes down, swinging a miss, swinging on a curveball. Sack Lodge now up with 2 outs, and the base is empty. 0 for 2 so far. Long fly ball into right field. Right fielder going back all the way at the track is going to take care of it. 4-3 still Crabs as we go to the top of the 8th now. 1-2-3 inning for Shower Handle the 4th.
As Riphouse continues in the game with his 115 pitches. Oh, and he gets 2 quick outs as Murimura steps up and hits a to the gap. Murimura going for extra bases, and she gets it. He gets a double. As Alex Johnson, AJ, steps up and gives a walk.
Great.
Let's go, AJ. Ah! That's a quick, that's easy fly out to the center fielder. So AJ shuts the gates down. AJ, the gatekeeper.
Let's make that the nickname in the sim. No, Geronimo Cheatermay. It's gonna get a base hit here in the to lead off the bottom of the 8th. One away or one on now. Excuse me. Chris King grounded to short over to second for one, over to first, and that's a double play as Johnny times 2 steps up to the bat and lined out in foul territory.
The batter tried to bunt, failed, and then hits into a double play. What a what a bat by Chris King.
Oof.
Alex Johnson gets a quick ground out to the first baseman, and as he strikes out, that Dandy Chingiz Jr. AJ putting up some luck there for himself. As John Dowd strikes out swinging, that's another strikeout for Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it's a decent outing. We need some bats now here. Toby McMuffin homered earlier in the game, but this time is going to go down swinging to lead off the bottom of the 9th here. Vandals down to the last 2 outs as Toby McMuffin is going to step to the box here. Sorry, that was McMuffin. Wait, what happened to McMuffin?
He's out.
Cardinal took down on strike. I thought it was time was at the bat. My bad. Herb Sessions now with 2 away, and he's gonna strike out. Shower handle strikes out the side to end the game. And I believe is Leifer still in the chat? Was that number 1,000?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
1,000 career or franchise wins for the Providence Crabs. If the Vandals are going to lose on stream, if it's this big of a milestone, you can't be too upset at least. But still, we would have liked the win. two RBI game for Toby McMuffin here today, but it's Providence scattering the 3 RBIs. Morimura, Smalls, and Dowd each with 1. Jabs gets the win for Providence Crabs. Shower Handle gets the save. 3 innings save, only 1 hit. Great outing and relief there from Handle. Ripsbad gets the loss on the side of Vancouver, but still gets the player of the game. 7.2 innings and 4 runs on 7 hits.
Yeah, the losing pitcher getting player of the game. That's a new one. So what we have here, we have the Demons. Wings over the Rangers, a 6-4 game. A 2-hit night by Bellinger and Iridian. No RBI for either of them, and nobody getting more than 1 hit or 1 RBI in the whole lineup. So Mitchell getting the victory for the Demons on a 1 run in 6 innings played, as Vaughn, Chadwick, and Guillen getting holds, and Guillen getting the save actually, as Castillo getting the loss with giving up 4 in 5 innings, as Molly Mitchell gets player of the game.
Moving on here to the Stars versus the Raptors. Raptors going to take this one 8-3 as they out-hit the Stars 10-7. Grand slam by Connor McDavid of Boise, 2-for-4 game for them, and Petra Saber 3-for-3 day with 2 RBIs. Good game for the GMs there. Looks like Baxter is going to get the loss for Nashville, as Atsuko Rune, soon to be on the Kashima Foxes, gets the win for Boise. Petra Saber is going to be your player of the game, despite the grand slam from McDavid. So good games for the Boise GMs there.
As the Toros win over the Aviators 4-0, a great night by DJ Steele with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. A 2-hit night by Tilapia Salmons as well. On the pitching side, Tarbington getting the victory with 8 shutout innings, and Burrington getting the closing the game but not getting the save. Do you wanna say something?
I was just saying, Tarbington with 2 player of the games, I believe, tonight in their starts. Pretty good victory tour for them. This is their last season, I believe.
Yeah, she wins over Jackson with a complete game loss, giving up 4 in 8.
And New Orleans versus Death Valley. Rougarou is going to be taking this one 3-1 over Death Valley. A little bit of revenge for that for that blowout we saw earlier today.
They got tired. The batters got tired there.
Yeah. Neck with a 3-for-4 game and an RBI. DeStefano and Beauregard each with an RBI as well. First name, last name, the only RBI on the side of Death Valley. Johnny Dickshot gets the win for New Orleans, going 7 innings, giving up only 1 run. Pleasance gets the save. Balkan taking the loss for Death Valley, and the starting pitcher for the Rougarous is going to take this player of the game as well.
As this loss finally lose, this time for the Voiders, a 6-4 defeat for New York. As San Antonio getting 3 hits, Ash Dragon, Turtle, and Rivers getting 2 hits each. As Dude Membro gets the no decision, and Rainer gets the loss for San Antonio, while Sivar getting a good outing, but Cillian O'Sullivan getting the blown save and victory over 2 innings. As Renat, I'm always I always see second player of the game as well as this stream. It says Renalab Sivar getting player of the game.
The minors here, Hepcats versus 66ers. Hepcats going to take this one 11-7. 3 RBIs for Sean Scott, 2-for-3 game for them. Pretty good outing there. 4-for-5 though for Thomas Rose, the center fielder, with a pair of RBIs and a pair of runs. 3-for-5 for Bunty. 3 RBIs for them as well. Arden Long also gets a 2-run homer. Hammersmith getting the win for Kansas City, with Canestrano getting a hold and El Charo getting the save, and Max Miller getting the loss on the side of the 66ers. Sean Scott, the player of the game for this one.
As the Swift States win over the Mountains, a close victory 2-1. A 2-hit night by Jangles, City, and Dominguez Jr., but nobody getting more than that. As Greer takes a loss for Kingston, they 2 runs given up in 7, and Casey Tam getting the victory with 7 shutout innings, and Jader getting the save there. So player of the game is Casey Tam with 7 scoreless innings played.
Kingpins winning this one against Dallas 4-2. RBIs coming from Vidal Valor, 2 of them there on a 1-for-5 day. 2-for-3 game for Myth on the side of Dallas with an RBI as well. Pretty quiet bats all around, it looks like. Dallas is going to see Shifty Lagoose take their 4th loss. Waller getting the win on the side of the Kingpins, with Ivy Leaf getting their 3rd save in relief, 2 innings of perfect ball, and Jackson Waller is going to be the player of the game there.
So last out, and another loss for the Dealers. It's a 4-1 defeat for the Whalers. A great night on the Whalers side by Twift with 2 hits and 3 RBIs, and 3-hit night by P. Powers. As Misawa getting the victory for Anchorage, and Ono Crab getting holds, and Carton getting the save, as C-Law takes the loss for the Dealers. A 4 runs given up in 6, as P. Hammer gets 2 scoreless but not enough, as Kenta Misawa getting player of the game. So we have here the last game on stream. That's a Voyagers versus Sloths game.
Seeing the Sloths for the 2nd time today and the Voyagers for the 1st time in our last primetime matchup. Chat, who do you have for this one, Voyagers or Sloths?
Sloths seem to be holding a pretty decent advantage there.
This one I think is going to be a good one. Voyagers leading the Eastern Division, I believe, and the Sloths, I believe, are right behind the Scorpions in the Western. So this is going to be a close one, I think.
The Voyagers actually have a bad team this Saturday. I think they lost 3 or 4 already.
They? New Voyager Colbin Fairborn is on the mound for them as well. But it's going to be Bobby Daring taking the mound for the 1st time in this game. And RJ Menard is going to go down on strikes for the 1st out of the game. We are underway here as Bobby Daring deals to Hunter Harrison, who is going to line that one into the gap. right in between the left and the center fielder, and that's going to be a double for Hunter Harrison, the left fielder. Tentacion with a single into left, and that's going to score Harrison close at the plate, but Harrison is going to be taking that pretty easily. One runner on, 1-0 now for the Voyagers as Daring deals to Ulysses Rove, who also is going to get a base hit. It's back-to-back base hits, and what is happening here? Rove gets an RBI double, but gets thrown out at third. 2-0 now Voyagers, but the base is clear now. With 2 away for Eric Rivers, the shortstop, who goes down and strikes. Bobby Daring giving up 2 runs in the top of the first here as we go to the bottom to see the Sloths take their first turn at bat.
People were actually betting on the Voyagers in the chat. So they seem to be right there. But San Antonio gets a leadoff single to start for the Sloths. Oh, that's a deep one. It is gone! Right at the post! Nick Wilson ties the game with nobody out yet. The San Antonio Sloths bringing down chat as Nick Wilson gets a 2-run bomb. As it's Bob McDonald time, as this time Colburn Fairborn strikes an out. And this time it's Couples time. It's Couples, it's a high one, but that should be easy for the left fielder. And Ash Dragon hits one, it should no, it doesn't fall. It's a fly out to the right fielder for Ash Dragon. So 1 inning, tie game at 2.
And Joshua Stevenson going to be leading off the top of the second here with a fly ball into left field. Pretty routine catch for Scott Poe. And Daring is going to get his 3rd strikeout. This one on Skylar Strobel, who goes down on the screwball. Harry Grand Forskin with a liner out into right field. That one's going to be caught by the right fielder Dragon for 3 up, 3 down inning. Daring looking good on the mound after that rocky first.
Colburn Fairborn gets an easy fly out to the right fielder by Jake Camden. As Robert Sandberg hits a liner, a screaming liner, but directly to the left fielder. Oh, Tomato Turtle hits one through the gap. Should be 2, maybe 3. It is. He going for 3. And he gets a save. That's a triple for Thorough. And Roberto Khan can't get him home. That's a fly out to the right fielder. The triple results in nothing as the game remains tied at the bottom of the second.
Moving to the top of the third now, the Voyagers have Wesley Nakaya stepping in. And a fly ball into center field is going to be out number 1. RJ Menard is going to ground to the first baseman. Unassisted takes that one for out number 2. And a high pop fly taken care of by the shortstop McDonald is going to be out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Daring, and that is going to bring us to the bottom of the third now.
San Antonio lead off with a, let's say, ground out to the catcher. As Nick Wilson hits a hard one to the left fielder, so hard that's only a single. So runners on first. Oh, that's a walk for Bobby McDonald. A walk to put runners on first and second with the only one out. As Couple, it's a fly out to the right field. So 2 outs, 2 men on base, and Ash Dragons should be playable for the center fielder, and it is. So 2 hits, no, 1 hit, 1 walk, but no runs on the scoreboard as the game gets as the Sloths gets nothing in this inning.
Top of the fourth now, Voyagers looking to break the tie here as Tentacion grounds out to third for a quick and easy first out of the inning. 1-1 pitch from Daring is going to be taken to right field by Ulysses Rowe for a single, and Rivers going to go down on strikes. So 2 away, and a runner on first now for Joshua Stevenson, the right fielder. Is going to ground over to second base, and that's going to be a quick inning after the single by Rove. Still deadlocked at 2 as we move to the bottom of the fourth now. Sloths getting their next shot at it.
So Camden gets a leadoff single over Fairborn. So 1 man on base. Oh, and 1 out now as Robert Sandberg strikes out looking. As Tomato Toro, who hits a triple last inning, is ground out to the shortstop, I think. And Roberto Khan hits a fly out to the right fielder to end the inning. So no runs on 1 hit. The game still knotted at 2.
Moving back to the top of the inning here, on the top of the 5th, Skyler Strobel is going to ground it out to the left side of the field. And the catcher is going to go down on strikes as well. Wesley Nakaya steps to the plate against Bobby Daring and is going to go down on the circle change. So a 1-2-3 inning, still tied up at 2 as we get to the bottom of the 5th now.
And it is San Antonio leading off the inning. His 3rd time leading off the inning, I guess. As Nick Wilson hits a single right in front of the center fielder. That's bring it. Bob McDonald hits a hard one. This time it hits the wall. Oh, that's a weak throw. The weak throw managed to get the runner home. That's a RBI double for Bob McDonald. The runner from first scores on a weak throw by the left fielder. Oh, it drilled Scott Ball there. Fairborn was not happy there. As Ash Dragon strikes out looking at the corner there. Great pitch by Fairborn as John Camden hits a weak one to the 3rd baseman and he's out. That's a 2 hits but in a run to get the Slots the lead. A 3-2 game now, bottom of the 5th.
Moving to the top of the 6th now as RJ Menard is going to get their first look at this inning. And a long fly ball into center field. That one is gone. 421 feet as RJ Menard ties it up with a solo shot. According to the feed, the wind makes the difference. It's going to carry that one out of the park off of Bobby Daring. And it's now 3-3 as the Voyagers strike for 1 here in the top of the 6th. Hunter Harrison is going to get a base hit as that just makes it over to the head of the shortstop. And Tentacion with a 3-1 count is going to take a walk here, advancing Harrison to 2nd. Ulysses Rove with a fly ball into left field, and Scott Poe takes care of that one. 1st and 2nd with 1 away for Rivers. Liner up the middle, and that's going to be a single and an RBI as Harrison is going to score, making it 4-3 now. New York taking the lead off of that RBI single by Rivers. And pass ball is going to advance the runners to 2nd and 3rd now as Stevenson goes down on the screwball. Daring gets the 7th strikeout of the game for him. Top of the Skyler Strobel is going to be that's going to be a 2-run single by Skyler Strobel, but he advances on the throw to 2nd as the Voyagers now take a 6-3 lead, further pushing this lead as Grand Forskin goes down on strikes. Just went around on the check swing, and 6-3 now. Voyagers out in front as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
That starts with a quick fly out to the first baseman by Sandberg and a ground out from Thorough to the first baseman as well. But this time Roberto hits one over the head of the infielders. As San Antonio strikes out swinging. So the Slots are down 3 now. Nothing in the bottom of the 6th for the Scorpions, for the Slots.
Slim Dugan, the pitcher that entered just at the end of the last inning, is going to have a wild pitch here as Nakai gets to first base on the drop 3rd strike. RJ Menard goes down swinging as the catcher holds on to this one. Harrison with a infield single as the second baseman can't recover there. And grounder to 3rd, over to 2nd for 1, over to 1st, and out. That's going to be a double play. So 2 base runners in the inning, but New York not able to get a run across as they still lead 6-3. It's time for the stretch as we go to the bottom of the 7th here.
As Nick Wilson starts the bottom of the 7th with a ground out to the 3rd baseman, and Bobby gets a walk as Phil Graves is now the new pitcher. And Scoppo tries to hold the swing, but he can't. It's an offer strikeout as Ash Dragon takes his turn and strikes out swinging. That's 2 Ks for Phil Graves. As the lead remains at 3 for the Voyagers.
Top of the 8th now as the Voyagers look to extend that lead. Ulysses Rove up to bat first is going to fly that into deep center field, taken care of by Camden. And Rivers is going to shoot that into right field for a base hit. Runner on first with 1 away for Stevenson. And Rivers is going to go for second and is going to make it there with a stolen base. Dugan strikes out Joshua Stevenson for out number 2, and with 2 outs and a runner on second, Skylar Strobel, who's going to go down on the fastball. Von Adler has entered the game and makes their presence known immediately with his first strikeout of their outing. 6-3 Voyagers as we go to the bottom of the 8th now.
Cillian O'Sullivan is the new pitcher for the Voyagers, and he gets a ground out to the second baseman. Sandberg gets a walk. Cillian O'Sullivan gets an out and a walk so far. As Tomato Toro hits a high one, but that's an easy play for the left fielder. So 2 outs, runner on first, and Roberto Scan strikes out. That's only 3 outs now remaining for this loss to try to start the game.
And they'll have those 3 outs to make up at least 3 runs. Voyagers have a little opportunity here to put a little more on the board as Harry Grant Forskin is going to fly out to the center fielder. Wesley Nikaya goes down on strikes, goes down swinging to Falco Von Adler, 2 away. As the top of the order comes back around, RJ Menard is going to get their shot at it here, and that's going to be the 3rd strikeout for Von Adler. As the Voyagers go down 1, 2, 3, and we go back to the bottom of the inning here. Sloths have 3 outs to make up 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th here.
San Antonio strikes out looking. Couldn't even swing at Cillian O'Sullivan's pitches. As this time is Nick Wilson takes his turn, and he's grounds out. No, it's a fly out to the pitcher there, I think. So Bob McDonald, he's the last out, and he hits one deep. It is gone.
Oh.
Bobby McDonald, what a game! 2nd hit, 2nd RBI for Bobby. And put some hopes on the San Antonio fans there. It's a 1 out, 2 runs to go. As Capo takes his turn now, and it's a easy one to the right fielder, and the game is over. The Voyagers takes this one, 6-4. The San Antonio tries to make a comeback, but couldn't do it. As Nick Wilson have a great game by this loss, and 3 hits, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs. Bob McDonald also a good night, but not enough for the Scorpions as Hunter Harrison getting 3 hits for the Voyagers with 2 runs for himself. As Fairborn getting the victory with 3 runs given up and 6 played, and Bob Daring getting the loss, giving up 6 in 5.2 innings as Nick Wilson is player of the game, actually for this loss.
Almost all the run production there for the Sloths coming from those 2 and 3 spots in the order. Can they just have Wilson and McDonald bat all 9 times for the order? Space Rangers versus the Demons. Space Rangers going to take this one 6-2. They had a 4-run inning there, and it looks like 2 RBIs from Amp Bogart and Farley Hank each is going to help them out quite a bit there. Bridget Westfall having a 2-for-3 game as well. Andy Spruce on the Detroit side gets tagged with a loss, 6 innings, 5 runs given up. Buster Nutt gets the win for Florida, 7 innings, 2 runs, quality start for Nutt, and 10 strikeouts there as well. He's going to get player of the game as Cleus McFlorida man, gets the save.
As the Vandals getting another victory over the Crabs, a 5-3, a 4-for-4 night for Chris King, a 3 RBI night for Crankleton. Getting the highlights of the lineup for the Vandals there. As Blue Line getting another victory, his 9th of the season, giving up 1 earned run in 7.1 innings. As Obama takes the loss, giving up 4 in 6 played, as Chris King is player of the game for the Vandals.
There you go, LBG. Nice game there. OBX versus the Toros. Toros going to take this one 4-1. 2 RBIs from Tanner Hopman off of the 2-run shot in the second off of Ben Caden. Hits scattered all around for Outer Banks. 2 for 3 night for Ryan Lupe, the only one with more than a hit. And 3 for 5 game for Tilapia Salmons the second on the side of Cancun as well. Fair and Ben Caden gets their 13th loss on the side of Outer Banks, and Kid Carsey on the side of Cancun is going to get their 10th win, giving up only 1 run in 6 innings. Mac Arian, 2.2 innings of perfect baseball thrown, as Kid Carsey is going to be your player of the game for this one, getting their 10th win for the Toros.
As the Scorpions bounce back with a 4-2 victory over the Rougarous, a 2-hit night by Ian Foreman with 2 runs. Not much going on except a 2 RBI but no hits for Lefebvre. Brew getting 2 hits. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. As Green takes Green takes the victory, his 9th of the season. 2 runs given up in 6 played, and McDougall taking the loss there. 3 runs given up in 6.1. So as Shane Green is player of the game.
Foreman ties the regular season game record for this for triples this season as well. Raptors going to be taking down the Stars 3-2. In this one, close game, both in hits and runs. RBI scattered for Boise, 2 for 3 game for Brunson, and a 2 for 2 game for Saber, with 1 of the 3 RBIs there. On the side of Nashville, 2 for 3 game for Lunchbox McGrath, with both of the RBIs for the Stars. As we go to the pitching here, Detective Wulu is going to get the win in relief for Boise, going 2 innings, giving up only a hit after Mostyn's quality start, and McKinnon gained the loss for the Stars, as Braylon Mostyn, the no decision starting pitcher for the Raptors, is going to be your player of the game.
So that says live at the minors now, as the Swifties beat the Mountains a 9-6 affair. A lot of hits on the State College side. A 3-hit night by DB, Danny B, Drozov, and Dinkle. 3 hits each, with 2 RBIs for DB. And Kirk and Delomo getting 2 hits for Kingston. Murphy getting a tough outing. 6 runs given up in 1.2 innings played, as Lattershow getting the victory with a 2-run given up in 6.2 innings played, as he gets player of the game.
Kingpin's Dynamos are going to take a walk-off win here in the bottom of the 9th, 4-3 the final. The walk-off run-scoring single by Cloudera on the side of Dallas. They had 2 RBIs today, as well as Remington Stevens also had 2 RBIs. 3 for 3 game for Suzuki on the side of the Kingpins, but nothing much else going on over there. Let's see. Dallas's win will be taken by Styles, their 3rd win, as well as a blown save by both them and Atlas. After a really good start by Farnworth on the side of Dallas, Ivy Leaf gets the loss in the blown save and relief for Chicago after Dart's quality start, and Herbie Farnworth is going to be your player of the game.
And the Hepcats win over the 66ers with a 4-2 game. A 3-4-5 night by Coven. And that's pretty much it, as Howard and Bunty, Bunty, getting 2 hits each.
Bunty!
As Daly takes a loss for San Bernardino with 2 earned runs given up in 6.1 innings played. And Rio getting the victory, his 10th of the season. Great season by Rio with 2 runs given up in 6. As he gets player of the game.
Amarillo Armadillo is going to be taking this one over the Anchorage Wheelers, 10-1 the final score here. Looks like the 1 RBI for the Wheelers is going to be Fisher, while Andrea Maggiacomo, 4 for 5 game with 4 RBIs and 2 runs. What a game for Maggiacomo. Drachenberg also 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs on the Solo shot, it looks like must have had like a sacrifice fly later or something, but Magic Como with a 2-run homer for 2 of their 4 RBIs. Looking like Troy Pressing taking the loss for the Anchorage Wheelers after a shaky start. Justin Sims with a fantastic start for the Armadillos. 8.1 innings, no runs given up on 4 hits and a walk, and Magic Como is going to be your player of the game. But I think you can make a case for Sims too. Both of those two were absolute forces for the Armadillos in this one.
As we have now only Quick Sims, I think. Yes.
Yep.
Should be an off day for PBE? Yes, it is. So, Quick Sim for the minors this time. That's a victory for the 66ers. A walk-off solo shot by Auden Long. Great night. A lot of multiple hits night by Howard, Colvin, Torrent, Bunty, Auden Long, 6 and deep balls. All getting 2 hits each. As Big Bones was a good outing, but Al is getting the victory actually with 3 shutout relief appearances inning. And Jordan getting a good out but no decisions as El Charo blows the save, and MacArthur getting the loss there with no outs recorded as Michael Jordan gets player of the game even though he has no decision.
Kingpins Dynamos here is going to end with a 3-1 victory for the Kingpins. The RBI is a little bit scattered here. Nokio, Mouse, and Suzuki each with 1, as Matata is the only one with more than 1 hit on the side of either team, actually. Dave Mann gets the win on the side of Chicago with a 6-inning game, giving up only 1 run, and is going to be your player of the game. Kingpin gets the save, and Lasova on the side of Dallas is going to get tagged with a loss here.
That brings us to the Mounties game. The Mounties lose the Swifties, a 5-3 victory for the Steeds. A great night by McCullum with 4 hits and 2 RBIs in 4 at-bats. Great night. Great night by Gravy as well with 3 hits and 4 at-bats. Shining getting the loss with 4 runs given up and 5 innings played. As Gristleman getting the victory with 3 runs given up in 6.2 innings played. As Jadis gets the hold and not Winston gets the save. His 8th of the season as McCullum gets player of the game.
Moving on to the Armadillos versus the Wheelers here. Armadillo is going to win again. This one is going to be 5-2. Both teams with 10 hits though. 2 RBIs, both for the Wheelers coming from Finelli. On the side of the Dillos, 3 for 5 game for Buckley with 2 RBIs, and a 2 for 4 game for Magic Como. Once again, a good game there. Garfrukin getting the win for the Armadillos, giving up only 1 earned run in 5.2 innings. Tano getting the save, and Danielson getting the loss on the side of the Wheelers, as Bruce Buckley is going to be your player of the game.
Finally, the Dillos are .50 there on the stands. Should be quite a mess there in the standings. Everybody cluster up. As this brings us to the last game. All quick sims here, so let's see who gets the final victory of the streams. And that's the Voyagers bringing up actually giving up 7 in the 9th, but hitting a walk-off solo shot per Grant Hopkins. So
way to make a stab at that.
Yeah,
stranger.
the pitchers that they're
for the Voyagers
too. So that's a 2-hit night by Arrow and Kane. But on the Voyager side, we have the 3-for-4 night and 2 runs and 1 RBI for Hopkins. Certainly the player of the game here. As Loftus, actually, that's a tough one. Softace gets player of the game with 7.1 shutout innings of pitched. And Morgan gets the win and blown save with 3 runs given up in 1 inning played, as Grahams was the one who gives up 4 there in 0.2 innings. As Torkerton getting the loss there, but Kai giving up 7 in 3.1 innings played, as Loftus gets played the game.
Detroit Demons versus the Boise Raptors is going to end in a victory for the Boise Raptors. Looks like the RBIs coming from a few people here. McDavitt getting 2, Brunson getting 2, Lucas Gold getting 2. 2 for 5 game for both Brunson and Finn Reese on the side of Boise. On the side of Detroit, looks like we got a couple RBIs for Gladiator, a couple for Mountain Quick. Not much else going on there. Very quiet bats in terms of hits for Detroit, with only 5 hits. But 4 runs is not too bad. Moving on to the pitching here, the win is going to be going to Boise pitcher Bill Bisquick. 7 innings, giving up 4 runs. Silas Young takes the loss on the side of Detroit, having a rocky start. And Connor McDavitt is going to be your player of the game for this one.
As this loss win over the Stars, a 3-0 game. As Verberg gets 2 hits, but not enough to score a run for the Stars. As Nick Wilson and Camden getting 2 hits each, and Wilson getting 2 RBIs and a run himself. As Steve Johnson getting the loss there with 2 runs given up in 7.2 innings played. As Ryan Rose probably played player of the game with 7 shutout innings played, as Dugan getting a 2 innings save. Great pitching game by this loss.
Rose, yeah. Also tied the regular season record for strikeouts, I think I saw at the bottom there. Looks like for Toros.
Ryan Rose. Yeah.
Yep, regular season game record. The Sloth's regular season game record for strikeouts with 13.
Almost that.
Rougarou's Toros is going to end in a victory for the Toros 8-4, and their 5th straight win. 3 RBIs for Lightning Bolt. Great game for the third baseman from Cancun. 3 for 4 day for them, as well as for JD Jacks. On the side of New Orleans, we have a 2 for 4 game for Stefano Jr. and a 2 for 3 game for Richie Bonanza, with 3 of the 4 RBIs from New Orleans. The last one coming from Rob Cena Jr. Striker spin rate getting the win for Cancun, going 6.2 innings on the start, and Mac Arian getting a hold. Walk and Fisk getting tagged with their 12th loss of the year, and striker spin rate is going to be your player of the game with that quality start.
And that brings us to the Crabs game. The Crabs wins a 8-1 game over the Aviators. A terrific night by Richard Small with 3 hits and 4 RBIs, including a solo shot for Richard Small. A shout out to Dario Muller, 2 hits, an RBI and a run for himself. 2 hits for Alfart and Herrera on the Aviator side. Cato gets tagged with the loss, giving up 3 unearned, but 7 in total in 3.2 innings played. As Pearson getting the victory, giving up 1 in 8.1 innings played. As Nate Pearson gets player of the game. Shout out to Leafer there.
And the Vandals open up a series against Death Valley with a loss here. Death Valley taking this one 5-4. Looks like the RBI is a little bit scattered for the Vandals. 2 for 4 game for Crunkleton with 1 RBI, and 2 for 4 game for Lodge. 2 for 3 game for LaFavor on the side of Death Valley with 2 RBIs. Fulman, Springfield, and Wash all contributing 1 RBI as well. It looks like Harry Styles is going to get their 12th win of the season with a quality start of 6 innings pitched, only 1 earned run given up. Lung gets the hold, Lemon gets the save, and Lomia getting the loss for Vancouver, going 5 innings, giving up 5 runs. Harry Styles, the starting pitcher for Death Valley, is going to get your player of the game in addition to the win.
There are minor games today? I don't think so. Yes, so I think that is it for today's streams. So it was a pleasure to have you here, AJ. Do you have any messages to the viewers there?
It's always a pleasure to be on, and thanks to all the viewers for sticking around. I'm going to post that House Cup Discord link one more time here for anyone who wants to come join the House Cup event tonight. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So we're going to have a fun few game or two of bracketeering. Come get $1 million for participating. It's pretty dang good.
$3 million. You can't refuse that. So thank you, AJ. I think I just going to export now, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna dip out, but have a good night, Haffy, and have a good night to everyone in the chat. Thank you, McDavitt, for the kind words. Always nice to hear good things from the chat. So I'm gonna take off, but you have a good night, Haffy, and
Yeah.
chat, you have a good night as well.
Thank you.
Take care.
Chasing your style.